message went through. So, just waiting until he turns online. And, well, then we can start. Obviously that's too loud, so I'll just loosen up the music a little. And then if he's ready, then we can obviously start it. So just waiting until he turns online to the Shadowverse. And we can begin. And also I need to open my chat, so at least this way I can see obviously both the Facebook and Twitch chat, so whenever you are watching, like be it Twitch, be it Facebook, I'll still be able to at least answer in text responses to your questions or whatever might come. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so I will send the spectate request and then we can start.
Okay. I played a little bit since last time, and I can see the difference between what I would do before this and what I do now.
Oh, that's good. And how it went? Did it went better or?
Yeah, it went better, I believe.
Okay, that's good to hear.
So I see that. I just realized that there's just 2 copies of Skullbeast in the deck. Should there be only 2, or should there be like 3?
You can run 3 if you run into a lot of aggro decks, but against some mid-range and control, like it depends on what you meet in your meta. 2 is okay.
Okay. Alright. Should we just go right into it?
Yeah, of course. Like, if you still want to play Shadow, then it's fine. You can just go and queue and find some opponents.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to, I could play something else.
Oh, I mean, it's not a difference to me. Like, the purpose of it is doing something that will help you learn, and if you want to learn Shadow and such, then it's fine.
I kind of want to get better at knowing what to mulligan for each class. Like, for example, in the mirror, I've learned that I should mulligan away Lurching Corpse, which I wouldn't do before, because, you know, it's a 2-drop. I don't know. I feel like Lurching Corpse is such a good card, so, you know.
Yeah, he is good, and obviously it's a 2-drop, but, well, then, once again, when you are playing in a mirror, then Lurching Corpse won't do you justice because of all the Bone Chimeras, Skeletons, sometimes Catacomb Princes, and all other different minions that do something when they die. So in mirror matchup, Lurching Corpse might actually help your opponent, which is not something you would want to do.
Nice to see you.
I suppose I just played Lyriel turn 2. He played a actress Feria, but I don't think I need to remove him with Zombie Party yet, do I?
No, you should just play Lyriel.
Yeah.
Because it forces him to either trade or play other minion. You can use Zombie Party to kill minion with 3 HP, which of course will be way more beneficial. So if he goes into your face, then you can simply trade. If he plays a unit, then you can trade and throw a Zombie Party on the other one. Or it might be a scenario where he drops something that doesn't kill the real. So for example, something with 1 point of attack. That would be great for you, because then you can do the trade and remove something. So.
He used Kiss of the Princess, so it's like a 4/6 now. That's that's a big minion.
Okay, that's really nasty now, but at least it will not get buffed
again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I can't really remove it, even if I Zombie Party and trade. So I think I should just Lurching Corpse and then hit face and pass, right?
Yeah, just play Lurching Corpse and that's it. Like, there is nothing you can do against it at the moment. He simply played his 2-drop, he buffed it up, +2/+4. It's a really strong ability right now. So,
yeah.
as going second, you have nothing you could do. Like, the only scenario where you could beat this 4-6 would be had you played the Skull Beast turn 1, but had you played the Skull Beast, he would most likely trade into it, or trade into Lyrial, so it would be harder on you.
Okay. So he just played
Until
Cinderella.
tomorrow, I'll dance.
See, I could... Actually, I can't clear both. Huh. I've never been in a situation where there's two big statted minions. Should I focus on clearing one, or... I always need to clear something.
Yes, you do, and it's gonna be really hard at the moment, but if you want to clear something, it's probably better to remove Actress Feria. And the reason is because she's just stronger right now, and with Cinderella on the board, he cannot play any other Swordcraft creatures. So that's beneficial for you. Obviously, it's really hard to do at the moment, but, well, we'll go
Do I
over it.
evolve Soul Squasher and then Zombie Party? Or trade Lyrial in?
You should evolve Soul Squasher and then Zombie Party. It's like you said.
Okay.
Because at the moment, at least doing by this way saves you Lyrial on the board and you have Lurching Corpse on the board. So your pressure is still somewhere there. But it's gonna be really hard to come back after such an opener from him.
Yeah. It's really strong. Probably gonna play something like Alice or something. That would be
Say bye-bye.
really bad for me.
Watering. Hey.
Yeah, Alice would be bad.
Cancel.
But otherwise, at least Alice wouldn't buff his board, so that's not that bad.
Ooh. He just cancelled. Oh, and the fact they're neutral doesn't take her away. That's...
Yeah, neutral
Oh,
doesn't
that's
make her disappear.
You're done for.
So that's probably a game over. Like, you don't have any card in your deck that for 5 mana could deal with this board.
Yeah. I do not. Well, I guess I'll concede then.
Yeah, you can
Such a
concede. Like,
strong...
it's nothing you can do. Like, some openers are impossible to beat when going
Such a
first.
strong opener. Is that common to happen, or is it just like...
Well, I would
Yeah,
say the Swordcraft as a class right now is not uncommon. And
I'm leaving.
as for the mulligan part, like what should keep in each matchup, we can go about it. But the thing is, like, once again, in 3 days there is gonna be a maintenance and changes, so some decks will be playing different cards, most likely. So it's gonna be so efficient. But as you play more games,
Okay,
like,
but-
if you play enough games, then you will learn it on your own, like, what I need to keep in my hand to make my opponent suffer, or what you need to keep to deal with his early game minions and such. So I believe you will make up and just figure it out yourself after enough playing.
Alright, at least I have a soul conversion for Lurching Corpse. It's another
Mother,
soul.
father, come on.
Yeah, I see. Another sword.
Die.
But at least this time you are going first, so the situation is different.
Yeah. Ooh. Played Wise Merman turn 1. So it's definitely neutral.
Yeah, neutral right off the bat.
Nice to see you.
Yeah. Actually, I've noticed that the 1-1 and the 2-2 stats aren't really that big of a difference. Because you mostly don't deal only 1 damage unless you have like a skeleton or Angel of the Word.
Yeah, but Angel of the World is just there to help out with trades, so it pings something, like makes your combat more efficient. But like I said, the 1-1 creature and 2-2 creature, they are just different, because having 2 HP will matter a lot, while having 1 HP is most of the time is inefficient, so it's not enough.
So he played Dreamnair, and I have Bone Chimera on the board. Do I Necro Assassin the Bone Chimera just to get rid of Dreamnair?
Yes, you should. Because you have no other way to remove the Grimnir, and for the next turn you can evolve Cerberus and kill something off. So Necro Assassin on the Chimera is fine.
Okay.
he's going into his Evo turn, so he'll most likely play something, evolve it, trade with your Necro Assassin. Then you can just play either Cerberus or Skullbeast Soul Conversions. Like, there's plenty of options that you can use on the next turn. And right now, you're just not losing on a value, because, well, after all, the Bone Chimera purpose is to die, to produce more skeletons, so it reproduces.
I played Riding Hood, but evolved Lyrial instead.
There are no wolves, are there? My boss works
Alright.
to the bone.
So he traded both skeletons with Lyrial. So
Wings are killing
it's a 4-3 and a 2-2. I feel like I should play Serb, evolve, and trade into Lyrial, and then trade a 3-3 into the 2-2. So I have a 3-1 and a 5-1.
Oh, that could be the case, but because you just got a Soul Squasher, it's probably better to just use a Soul Squasher on this one. Play Skull Beast, and then you can evolve Skull Beast and hit into the Riding Hood with the Skull Beast.
Alright.
So this way you are keeping your damage, like all of the damage and HP spread among all of these creatures, and Skull Beast will have more than 1 point of attack, so it will also trade efficiently with something.
I see.
They're so fresh. Finally a break.
So right now we will have two bodies that have 3 points of attack, one body that have 2. Instead of, had you evolve the Soul Squasher, then it will be 4 points of attack, but then the Skull Beast would be only a 1-2. So it won't be enough.
Yeah, I see. Alright. So he'll Tina, kill the Skull Beast, and then trade into Assassinizing. Yeah. It's a 4-2 now. See.
Focus on your inferno, Tina.
Actually, he has a 4-2 now, and I have a serve. Do I play serve and just give me the 4-2 and then go face?
It's so
I
quiet.
feel like that's the most efficient option. Or should I keep it for the burst?
I mean, you should play
But then I
like I said, you can play Cerberus and use a spell to deal 2 damage to her, and you do not need to use your evolution point, so you will save a lot. Also, by using your spell, you will bring up another shadow, so if he somehow beats both of your guys, then you will have FTR with 2 shadows. That's because if you are able to keep your evolution point efficiently, like to answer his last evolution point, because he only got 1 more and you also got 1 more. Of course, him being short means he can play Luminous Mage, so this will give him multiple free ones. You just always want to have an answer to his evo point.
Yeah, he played Luminous now. Probably trading into serve.
You and I, knight. My sword brings hope.
Okay.
It all ends here.
Turn the power of hope to light.
Sorry, gotta go.
Yeah, so
I
here
don't
came the Luminous Knight.
suppose I trade Soul Squasher and then play Actor for 2 zombies and trade 1 zombie. That might be a bit too early, right?
Yeah, that's too much.
Should I trade Soul Squasher in the Luminous Mage and then just evolve Lyrial just to ping a 2-1?
Okay, so there are many ways how you can go about this turn, but more than not, you'd rather save this evo point, but looks like it's gonna be impossible at the moment. So you should play Lyrial, but after you play Lyrial, just evolve her and trade with both of the minions and go with. I mean, Soul Squasher into the 4-2, the Lyrial ping into the Knight, and then you are left with a 4-4 on the board.
Yeah.
My boss works us to the bone. Want to play?
Council of Cards, pass.
My wings are killing me.
Hmm.
I won't lose again.
Oh, actually,
My shield.
I just got Zombie Party. Should I Zombie Party the Ward and then just go face for 4? I feel like he has to deal with it.
Mean.
Okay,
Actually, I'm
so
thinking what I...
so that's probably what you should do. Just zombie party into the 1-3. But if you just want to ditch additional bit of damage, you should also use the Cerberus spell on the Lirial.
Yeah.
So to deal 6 damage, because this will also bring up your shadow count. It will be up to 8, so after he kills Lirial, it will be up to 9. So then the Ektar can bring 3 zombies, like it's 1 additional zombies.
Yeah.
Your
Unfortunately, Bane gets value, but that's fine.
I mean, right now we are just putting him onto the clock, like, he shouldn't be able to kill you out of the bat, and you have Ektar for finishing moves.
He just drew like 4 cards from a rabbit attendant. That's very cool. He should evolve the board, I think.
Come on, everyone. Hurry up.
Yeah,
He
if
evolved
he
the
did,
Bane
then
instead.
it's nasty.
Alright, so I don't have lethal anymore.
You are done for.
Death to the fires of the queen.
Okay, so right now, because time is running, you should definitely play Ektar. Like, there is no arguing right now. And it will produce 3 zombies, which is enough, because you don't have any additional space on the board. So, after you hit with the first zombie into the ward, use Soul Conversion on him. And then we'll see what you draw.
I drew corpse and zombie. I don't have enough for it though. I'll definitely trade with the Bane, right?
Yeah, that's what you have to do. That's for sure.
And I think I'll trade in the rabbit
Majesty.
with the last rush, and then just go face with the zombie that can attack face.
It's okay.
I feel like that's
Well, you
the
know.
most efficient.
It's fine. Like, you can just go face for 4, and he have to remove Ektar somehow. Like, if he doesn't remove Ektar, then attacking his face for 5 will just kill him. So, unless he have a third Council of Carnites, or, I don't know, any card that can simply
Play
help him.
Dark Angel Olivia, so it's gonna involve trade.
Oh, well, that's really unusual. But all in all, his board is gonna get cleared anyway, so you don't care too much about it.
World is our desire.
So I have zombie party and attendant. Do I just play both?
It won't be
Like
long
zombie
now.
party for 7, kill Olivia, get some zombies, and then attendant to get a sticky minion.
Yeah, why not? Like, that way, at least you can build up your board, and your opponent's at 5, you're on 18. There is nothing that can probably change the outcome of the match. Because you also got Lurching Corpse and Necro Assassin. These 2 alone can kill any 2 creatures. It's not a Beauty and the Beast in his deck, like it's impossible to have First Craft deck. First Craft card in his deck, so he will be able to deal with barely anything that he throws into you.
Played Hector. He should actually he's got 5 kill points. So he has 3 or more neutral cards in his hand, at least.
On the warfield, a shining helmet.
Oh, but Hector doesn't concern you too much. Like, he's just a guy with a ward for dude, nothing else.
Alright, he played Tina. Probably gonna get rid of the 2 zombies. Actually, that's fine. I can. I think I'll Lurching Corpse Necro Assassin.
Your inferno, Tina.
Oh, never mind. He played a Wise Merman.
It all
Merman.
ends here.
That makes it a bit more high rolling, right?
Yeah, it will require a little bit of luck.
Yeah. So I have a 1 in 3 chance to get a bad. But at least I'll kill one of the big threats, right?
Okay, so the thing right now is I can see you get Odil, which is also fine, but not for this stage of the game. So first thing first, you should do a Lurching Corpse and use a Soul Conversion on it, so you can draw some cards. You don't play Lurching Corpse and Necro Assassin because you got two things that you want to sacrifice. So you want to sacrifice both the Attendant and the Larching, and you got Necroassassin.
Okay.
So if you go the Larching Corpse into Soul Conversion this way, you are expelling one of the abilities, and you will drawing cards. So you are extending your hand options, and you can see a lot more ways how to deal with
I
the
got-
current turn.
Immortal Thane and Attendant. I could actually just play Attendant and Necro if I. That's good. But then
yes,
I
you should.
could kill.
You can play the Attendant and Necro on the new Attendant, like the one that you just played.
Yeah. Ooh,
So
I
if you
hit
get
the
lucky,
ward.
then
That's nice.
if you hit the ward, that's great, and just go one into his face. He's at 4, and that means his demise is near. He cannot banish your cards as a Swordcraft also.
Breathing too loud.
I'm gonna tell on you. You beckon. Whoa!
You wouldn't.
Alright, he's essentially at 2 since I have Ordeal.
Yeah, and he shouldn't be able to protect himself with, like, even if he does play some wards, then they shouldn't be too much of a trouble, thanks to the Attendant at Night that's present on the board. Immortal Thane also presents some possibilities of dealing efficient damage, so...
Alright, he evolved Albert to evolve and trade with both leeches. But I have enough.
You are done for.
Okay,
Just
so
do one.
that's a game over, I guess.
Yeah, I'll just BM Soul Squashers Albert.
I'll live again.
Hush. You wouldn't.
I'll just kill him.
They're so
Yeah.
fresh.
So this is the end.
White fowl.
The black fowl is wicked.
Don't let the light blind you.
An exemplary battle.
Alright, so was that like a late game control-y sword? Or was it just like some random deck?
It was just
Does
a
it
random deck. Like right now, Sword doesn't have efficient builds besides some hyper-aggressive builds, which includes the stealth ones, so the stealth shadow, the stealth sword. But obviously, Sword is on the bottom tier of the classes at the moment. Like, he cannot compete too much with a Blood. Shadow should also win unless Sword have really nice opener, which we already saw like 2 games ago. But other than that, they have no tools to be a control deck. Like, you do not have mass removal like Haven does, so no Temis Decree possible. So without board removal, Sword is in a really weird place, but as a class it's still shifted towards aggressive one, so that's it.
Mother, father, come on.
Isn't Forestcraft the lowest tier right now?
Forestcraft is probably at the very bottom at the moment. Like, it still can have good matchup, and if you play correctly, then you can have amazing effects. But it's still like playing a subpar class, so you're just putting yourself in
Nice to see you.
a weak spot from the start.
Nice to see you.
This guy's playing like hyper aggro. He played the Lesser Mummy, that's how you know it's very aggro.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I think I still play Lyrial over Zombie Party in the 2-2, right?
Yeah, of course, still play Lyrial. The reason is, if you play Zombie Party, you will have nothing on the board, so you still can attack. Well, if you play Lyrial right now, if he trades, it's fine for you. If he does not trade, then you can trade to his Skull Beast and then use a Zombie Party, so you are still remaining with the body on board. While if you do it in the wrong order, then obviously it's not gonna bring you a nice trade, it will just make your downfall easier.
He actually traded. I don't think that's right if you're going aggro. Because I would have traded the 2-2 anyway.
Finally,
That depends on his
I only
board
have a
and hand.
Demon Eater, and I think I'll just Zombie Party
Yeah,
with 2-2
you have to.
and then turn.
You just have to Zombie Party, because you cannot play the Monitor with Soul Conversion. If you do not draw anything for turn 4, then you cannot play it. And you need something like, even if you do not draw any creature, the next turn you have to be able to play a creature and evolve it. To
That's,
get at least some control of the board.
Prince Catacomb. Okay. I suppose Phantom Howl is just not good
What
enough
are you hiding
for
inside?
summoning 2 ghosts.
Yeah, for
So I guess I'll
summoning
have
two
to
ghosts,
just
it's not
play-
good.
Yeah, I think I just have to play Demon Eater and evolve her.
Yeah, you have to.
Do
So
I trade
play the Monitor, evolve, and kill the Skull Beast.
Sculpey? But that would give him 4 shadows.
Well,
Would it not be better to kill the Prince?
but you don't care about these shadows because he will gain shadows not less, and after you kill the Skull Beast, you are still going to do the soul conversion, so he cannot profit on the soul squasher.
Oh, am I gonna soul conversion my Squasher? My Demon Eater.
Yeah, even though it's kinda counterintuitive, if he does a soul squasher, then it's not gonna be good for you. Like if you would go into Catacomb Prince, he would simply sacrifice one skeleton and do the same. Well, if you do the soul conversion right now, you can still have tools to reclaim the board, because if you do the soul conversion right now, you'll have 4 shadows, which give you ability for the Phantom Hole. Also, you can draw something that can be better on the next turn, and his pressure on the board right now is not there. Like, he only got
Alright.
2 1/1s, so
So I should soul conversion.
yes, you should.
Okay.
You got Odil in the upcoming 2 turns, so you will be able to reclaim the board somehow if it doesn't go out of control.
Yeah, I've played a Skull Beast that I just drew.
Oh, if you draw the Skull Beast, then it's perfect to play it.
Yeah.
That's actually great.
Okay, so I think it's actually gonna go face with Prince Catacomb after evolving it. Yeah. Ooh, Dark Conjurer. Alright. I feel like I just need to survive one more turn, then I can Odil. Get rid of.
Dance,
Everything.
dear bones of white.
Yeah, Odil should be able to wipe out the entire board.
Let's get into trouble.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have Odil this turn though.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, Lirio. Should I Phantom Howl to trade, or should I Lirio? Because I can ping and...
Okay, so right now, Phantom Hole will produce you what, 4 things? That's a lot of stuff. Can put on board. So because Phantom Hole can trade more creatures, it's probably a tool that you should be able to use too. Because Lyrial can only get rid of 2 creatures, Skull Beast can kill 1 skeleton, while Phantom Hole can do more efficient trades.
Okay. But do I evolve Skull Beast to kill the evolved Prince?
Yes, you do.
Because there's a 3/3 Prince right now.
Yeah,
I
so
kinda
you evolve the Skull Beast, kill the Prince, then you get rid of 2 skeletons that are on the board and of the his Conjurer, so 2 and 2. So that's what you're gonna do with the ghost. Oh,
So I get rid of the Conjurer, right? Oh, actually, do I get rid of... What's
Oh.
better, to get rid of 2 skeletons or 1 Conjurer? 2
Okay,
skeletons, right?
because you do it in this way, it's better to get rid of the 2 skeletons. Like, my plan involved in killing the skeletons, like the 2 that will appear, 1 on the board and 1 after the Catacomb Prince. Like, there was no reason for you to kill the Bone Chimera at this turn. But whatever, just kill the ghosts. The skeletons with your ghosts.
Okay. Okay, he only played Ephemerma. Actually, that could Phantom Howl kill me next turn.
Was the best. You can get this one.
If he has Phantom Howl, I think I'm dead, but if he doesn't,
You can get this one.
I could stabilize now.
Well, that's really tricky, but it's not like you can do anything against it, so still your only play is... like, you can have 2 plays, so one of them would be playing Odil and trading, and the other one includes Cerberus, so you can as well just play Cerberus and shoot 2 damage into his Conjurer. These 2, both of them are fine plays, and both of them simply are not helping you too much. But Cerberus would be better. I see, you played too fast. Cerberus would be better because had you played the Cerberus and removal from the Cerberus, you would still have a free body on the board, and he cannot get rid of the free body with his Ephemera alone, so he would either have to evolve something or, I don't know, just buff his creature up.
I mean, he Phantom Howl, so I'm pretty sure I'm dead here.
Sorry. Thanks.
Like, if he had Phantom Hole, then yeah. The other reason why you should play like it's nothing you could do against Phantom Hole. The only reason why you should play Cerberus of all the Odil, it was his turn 7. So let's assume he didn't have Phantom Hole, but he definitely should have Zombie Party in his board deck. So had his Zombie Party, he would just produce 3 zombies, and right now you would have no tools to remove the zombies, while had you saved Odil, then you would just kill the zombies. Obviously, this is all like what-if scenarios, but you still should keep all of them in mind while playing.
Yeah.
So consider all of the possible options and just go for the option that gives you the most percentage value.
Okay. Actually, I see. If I didn't hit Bone Chimera, I'd save 2 damage. Or 1 at least.
Yeah, it just would be different, because he would have to do different rates and such, so...
Yeah.
Mother, father.
Like, you don't want to break his Bone Chimera on his turn. You just wait for him to do it, because had he broke it on his turn, then the Odil would have much higher value. So... yeah.
So, I'm up against Haven now. Do you even play preemptive things like Lurching Corpse and Attendant? Because when I played yesterday against the Haven, she always Black and Scripture, Lurching Corpse and...
Versus Haven, you shouldn't keep this Lurching Corpse.
Well... so Lurching Corpse is bad against Haven.
It's not great. Because the thing is, like I said, they will just banish it. Also, it's a 1-2 body, so they can kill it with anything. Let's just even assume they play Heavenly Hunt. They will just kill and trade with the Lurching Corpse. But... any creature, Haven can just banish, and that's bad for you.
So... turn 3, I only have Lurching Corpse and like 3 zombie parties. I shouldn't play Lurching Corpse, right?
No, you shouldn't.
Because I have a soul conversion.
Just
Actually, should I just Lurching Corpse soul conversion to draw?
No. You don't want to waste the effect. Like, you are guaranteed that he will have at least 1 monster on the board on the next turn, so why just not wait for it? Of course, waiting and giving him time is painful, but you can't do much with the hand like yours, so you have 3 removals, and Lurching Corpse can be treated as removal number 4. And if you just play the Lurching Corpse, he will do something about it. If you do the Lurching Corpse and soul conversion, you are still putting yourself on the edge that you will not draw something that you can play. So, once again, it could be hard.
Okay, so he played a Divine Birdsong that I can't really do anything about. Do I Lurching Conversion now, or do I just Zombie Party play Skull Beast?
You just Zombie Party and Skull Beast. Because the 2-1 body, the Holy Falcon, it's not a threat. Like, Lurching Corpse can take on any creature you play, any creature he plays. So let's assume he even plays anything that's not have any Aegis. The Lurching Corpse can get rid of it. So that's why you should save the effect. Like, it's a really powerful effect, and while you have 3 zombie parties on the board, this game shouldn't go into the phase where you are able to put 3 enhance effect of the zombie parties. Like, if you put second zombie party with the enhance effect, it should already end the game. So the third one is not needed.
Okay, so he played Birdkeeper Disciple and evolved it. So here,
Done for.
as you said, I can't really handle it with Zombie Party, but I can Lurching Corpse conversion.
Yeah.
I did also get served though, but I don't think I should just play here and evolve, because then it would just trade evenly.
No, you shouldn't. Just play Lurching Corpse and soul conversion, and we'll see how it goes, like what cards you can get. Because on the next turn, it's turn number 6, so you can play Cerberus and 1 of her spells, if needed.
Yeah, I got Udil and Death Breath. I don't have enough shadows for Death Breath though. I need 1 more.
Okay. It's still fine. You will get it eventually. You have cards in your hand that can deal with it, so...
Okay, so he played Reno, a Luxwing, and a Falcon came out. So I can Serb, evolve, trade into the Falcon, and then me the Reno, right?
If he doesn't evolve his Falcon, then yeah, it's a fine play.
Yeah, I feel like that's the best play here.
Okay, so just do it. It's gonna be good, because this way the Luxwing Reno will not damage your face with her Clash ability, which is great. You will also get enough shadows to play Death's Breath, like enhanced one, if you want to. And the next turn you can also put up a zombie party with the enhanced effect. So you survive till this. You are still on 15, even though it's not an awesome thing to be. Like, he's still pressuring you with 2 amulets already on the board, but his card count is really small right now, so he only has 3 cards in his hand, and well, the card advantage is not here yet. He didn't play any secretly.
He played it now though, but
yeah,
he played another bird keeping without evolving it, so I could zombie party it and then just pass.
Yeah, it's totally fine. Like, you will spend your entire turn and it's gonna be efficient. And the sacred play right now is too slow, so his card draw is not that good at that moment. So zombie party and pass.
Kappa card show.
Oh, enough! I quit.
Some dogs from my neighbors are barking, but cannot do much about it.
No, that's fine.
Your evil deeds end.
I can actually clear this with
Real
a
battle
deal,
begins.
but would that be good?
I see your weakness.
So he has a 4/3 Priest of the Cathedral, a 3/2 Regal Falcon, and 2/2 Angel,
Is God's
and his board is full. So I could actually just ordeal, trade into the Priest, and pass. But would that be too slow?
No, it's actually fine. Like you said, it will not produce Odil. You are still saving 1 evolution point. You have devs, like, you have a lot of tools, and this play will simply destroy his entire board. So his pressure is not there. He will be only left with the Holy Falcon, which you can deal with multiple cards on your hand. So.
Do I play Lyriel too?
Right now,
contemptible white fowl?
to be honest, it's probably not gonna be a Lyriel turn, so you can not play her. Just pass the turn. Because you'd rather save the Evo part of the Lyriel or on the next turn. So in case he deals with Odil in any way other than the Falcon, you can play the Lyriel and just do the double trade. With a creature, then ping 1 into the Falcon. Like, you are not in the pressure.
Because it's
Don't let the light
scriptured,
blind
but
you. No!
he didn't do anything else. So it's just a Falcon on the board. I have 2 Death Breath. I could either
You're mean!
zombie party just to do stuff. I feel like that's the better play here.
Zombie
I don't need
party
to worry about dying next
right
turn.
now is not needed, to be honest. You can play one of the Death's Breath and then eat one of the zombies with the Demon Eater.
Huh.
So if you do it this way, then you will just draw some cards, and you will also get rid of the extent shadows, and it will also put you up on a 6 shadows again. So you can play Death's Breath into Death's Breath.
Do I evolve Demon Eater?
No, you should save your evolution point to answer his last evolution point. As long as he does not play Heavenly Aegis, you should be fine.
Okay.
Like, that's the only card that can kinda stop you, but you still get second Death's Breath. So this second Death's Breath can answer Aegis, maybe not answer, but can protect your face from getting hit by Aegis.
Dance of Death.
Well, that's
Another
interesting.
sacred. And then the Lyriel. He evolved the Lyriel. Probably Pink's face. Yeah. And then just goes face with a Regal. Okay. Yeah, I'm at 7 now, I feel like.
My boss works us to the bone!
Okay, so I drew Actor.
My wings are
I have
killing
8 though, that's not really...
me! You're mean!
Actually, I could just Coco Demon Eater to get the 9th, and then Actor.
Well, there is multiple options of how you can go off this turn, but the best right now would be to just hit with the Demon Eater into the Falcon and then use the Zombie Party onto the Lyriel.
Okay.
And then you can play the Bone Chimera on board too. Like, he only needs perfect combination of 2 cards to kill you on the spot? No, he cannot. Right now.
Okay, so he Dance of Death, and his last card was Aria, Physical. So I could Ector now. Should I? He basically passed.
You're mean.
He Dance of Death once, right?
No, you don't want to Ectar, because this way, if you play Ectar and he plays Garuda, then you're gonna die. What you want to play right now is a Death's Breath.
Okay.
Because Death's Breath
Oh, yeah, that's
will
right.
put like 4 zombies with Ward, and he cannot overcome 4 of them. That's too much for him.
Unless he gets Themis, but you know, that's...
Yeah, but even if he gets Themis, then the skeletons from the Bone Chimera will remain. Also, you want to use Coco right now to buff up one of your creatures, most preferably be it Bone Chimera, so this way you have hard time moving it. Oh, you didn't, I see. It will be like +2 damage right now and +2 damage on the next turn. Because right now he's on 13, while if you had used it, he would be at 11, and the next turn it would have lethal. Right now you do not have lethal, and you don't have space on the board with Hector. Okay, you have lethal because you have evolution point. Never mind.
Yeah. I was like, is that not lethal?
Oh, fortunately not.
Because I already dedicated the... I was like, oh god, did I...
Oh no, it's okay. Like, I miscounted because I forgot to still have evolution point, but still, the correct play would be to play the buff on the previous turn, because this Chimera was protected by 4 ward creatures, so it would present at least 2 damage back then, and like that's it. Applying a pressure.
I won.
Ah, yeah, that's right.
Because there was no better moment to do it. It was like, now or never. Either you do it now, or the game will over anyway. So, just adding fuel to a fire. They're already good board. Because of course, in a game like this, it didn't matter, like, you had lethal anyway. But there will be some games where these micro decisions or not committing to something on the turn will just turn back and lose the game, which is not what you want to do. Because people sometimes...
Do I keep both?
Okay.
Do I
Just
keep
continue.
both Lyrial and Soul Squasher against Rune?
And you are going first or second?
Mother,
What?
father.
Okay, I see, you are going first. So...
I'm going first.
you can keep both Lyrial and Soul Squasher, because if you are going first, then he will have his evolution as a first guy. So if you are able to amass 4 shadows before turn 5, then on turn 5 you can kill his evolved creature and evolve something for yourself, so the Soul Squasher is fine. Also it's a 2-drop, so worst case scenario we'll just play it early on.
Mm.
Okay, so what was I trying
so
to say
it's-
before? It was something like... These small things actually do matter later on, like people always, at least usually, forget the importance. So even if something brings up your win percentage by 1%, it's not a lot. But that means if you play hundreds and hundreds of games, you will win one game more per 100. So let's say you have like 5 these things or 10 these things that brings up your win percentage by 1%. It's already gonna matter. So on the long run, in games like Shadowverse, where you grind a lot, you really need to play like a lot of games, and these are like hundreds of games to get to Masters, and same goes for the Grandmaster. You need to play hundreds and hundreds of games. These little things will just come in handy later on.
Okay. Do I trade into a Magic Illusionist while he has the Earth Sigil? I feel like I don't, right?
On this turn, not. You just go face.
Yeah. Do I Lurching Corpse?
Yes, you can play Lurching Corpse. The thing
I mean,
is,
I know they have, like,
you just want to trade into Illusionist on the turn when you are 100% guaranteed that you will break all of his Earth Sigils, so he will die. But because you cannot kill him 2 times right now, it's pointless to do it.
The job. No.
Yeah, I traded with it, so he has no Earth Sigil now. I can't really do much. Do I? Yeah, I don't have... I only have 1 shadow, so I don't really need to worry about Soul Squasher, right? I can just play her.
Finally a break.
Come gather round.
I think I play Soul Squasher, right?
Right now,
as 2-drop.
Yeah, you have to play Steel Squasher. Like I said, he won't be able to amass 4 shadows, even if he kills both of your creatures, but he will not, because he will not kill the Larging Corpse. Like, we already can establish the fact that he's not gonna kill your Larging Corpse, so you just have to play Steel Squasher. Next turn, you will just try to do some things with Cerberus, most likely.
Yeah, if he doesn't play any sigils, I'll try to prioritize the illusionist, since
Yeah, if he does not, but if he plays them, then it's not gonna be that easy.
okay, so he didn't do that much. He did, however, trade into.
This is God's word.
So there's a 2/2 on the board, Angel of the Word, and a 2/1 Magic Illusionist. Do I still just
Why so angry?
Serb Evolve? I got Zombie Party too, but I don't think I do that because then something stays up. Actually, something stays up anyway.
Well, Cerberus Evolve is better. If you do the Cerberus Evolve,
Yeah.
you can get rid of the Magic Illusionist right now, and that's like what you want to prioritize right now. Also, if he would kill both of your creatures, then you will have enough shadows for the Death's Breath. But once again, it's very unlikely that he will kill Larging Corpse at the moment. For the next turn, Zombie Party and Cerberus Spell are gonna be efficient enough. Also, if he does not remove the Larging Corpse soon enough, maybe, like we'll see what's gonna happen next turn, but maybe we'll be able to play the Cerberus buff on the Lurching Corpse and just apply some pressure with the sheer amount of zombie presence.
That's a third Angel of the Word. They've all gone face.
Well, that's a
Yeah,
lot of
actually,
angels.
I think he misplayed there a lot, actually. He could have pinged the Serb and traded the 2/2, but he instead pinged face and evolved the 2/2.
Come gather round.
Alright, so I have
Well,
enough.
his lines of play are interesting, that's true.
Hearken to the word.
Do I value Mimi over Zombie Party? Because I have 2 Zombie Party, and there's only 2 2/2s. Do I think I keep 1 zombie, right? I have Zombie Party 1 and Mimi the other.
Yeah, you remove
then I guess-
like both of them with the zombie part and your Mimi, like you said, and then you can use the other spell, the Coco, I presume it was called, and apply it to the Larging Corpse and hit 3 into his face.
Yeah.
If you are able to kill both his creatures, then it's perfect, just do it. Because you have Death's Breath. You are able to play Death's Breath on the next turn, then you are able to follow it up with another Death's Breath. Maybe not with shadows, but still, 3 zombies is a plenty, and you got another zombie party, so right now, you got answers for most things you can put off as a Dirt Rune, so you should be fine.
I think he's evolving Alchemist, so he's probably gonna trade the Dwarf Alchemist. That draws him a Earthright card.
Oh yeah, the Alchemist, if he evolves him, then he will replenish his hand with something good, so we might expect some good stuff
So-
coming home.
I could either Phantom Howl and then just go face, or I just Death Breath pass. I feel like Death Breath is a lot better though.
Okay, so there's just one problem. If you do the Death's Breath and you do the Master Mage Levi, you're gonna be in trouble. But, well, you just have to do it anyway. Because you got second Death's Breath. If you only had one Death's Breath, then it wouldn't be so good. But because you got both of them, if you play one, he removes it, then you can play another one. Because you will have enough shadows. So that's like the case where you have both of them. You just have to play around some stuff.
Yeah. He played Halo Golem instead.
Okay,
So-
Halo Golem is totally
one-
fine.
Yeah. So he can get rid of 2. And then he Piercing Rune does 3rd, but that won't kill it.
Yeah, the Piercing Rune won't kill it at all.
This ends here.
So it's a 6/3 now. Do I just Zombie Party it? And then go face?
Yeah, just do it. Once again, it will just extend your board, and that's what
Yeah.
you want. Because if you play Immortal Tay and he somehow remove all of the stuff, it's gonna get nasty, while if you play Zombie Party, you simply take advantage of the enhance effect, and right now he doesn't have this Earth Sigil on the board, so he would have to have both Earth Sigil and Master Mage Levi. That's a lot of stuff to
don't-
remove.
I don't evolve the
No, you don't.
2/1 zombie, just so he can't ping it. Right?
No, you
Actually,
don't evolve.
he's out of Angel of the Words anyway. Played 3 of them.
Yeah, but maybe he plays Angelic Snipe, maybe he plays Magic Missile, like, you don't know, but these pings obviously can be in any build of the room, so you don't know his cards, but evolving just for 2 damage is like something that I said in the previous lesson, that you can just save it, because you are not sure that your creatures will survive for the long enough, and if you can win just by maintaining them on the board, then the advantage will be there. Okay, so it's lethal, just kill him in any way you want.
Yeah,
I'm through.
he conceded.
I can consider that.
I got a pack.
Oh, that's good for you.
I did it! I won!
Ooh, Hydra. I suppose there aren't any decks that utilizes Hydra's ability, right? Can attack twice.
There are none. Like, this creature doesn't play in any deck. It's useless.
Well, at least it's a golden.
Ah, so at least you will get some vials for it.
Yeah. I feel like they should make Time Worn Mage Levy evolve into a 3/3, considering getting a Crimson Sorcery should be worth like an effect. I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's true. He's really powerful, but we'll see. Maybe they will change him like this. Like, changes are coming, and the Runecraft is obviously on the top, and it tops all of the lists. So the win rate is here, the popularity is here. All we are waiting for are some nerfs, and obviously Levi is present in all of the rune decks.
They play Levi in neutral rune too.
Come on!
Yeah, of course.
Come on. Let's
His
play
effect is too
together.
powerful. There is not a lot of creatures that can give you such a powerful effect for an evolution point. 1 mana, deal 3 damage spell, so basically Lightning Bolt from Magic the Gathering is one of the more powerful cards right now. Like, just assume, if you could put a spell in your game, in your deck, 1 mana, deal 3 damage to anything, you would just play 3 copies of it in every one of your deck. Right now, the substitution is Angelic Snipe, which deals 1, and Angelic Snipe still plays in plenty of decks, so yeah, that's obviously one of the most powerful spells in the game.
I am a flower.
The guy's playing neutral.
bloom on stage.
Hey, neutral Shadow.
Yeah, looks like it.
I haven't really seen the synergies
They're
that
so
much.
fresh.
There's a Caterpillar of
So
Regis.
I feel like I take the value trade against a goblin with my tutor, right?
I am the
Instead of-
cyclone.
I feel like I'm in a position where I can do that.
Yeah, you should. So you can zombie party. Like, right now, the reason why you should is because you got Luriel. So let's assume he plays Alice on the next turn, then you got your Luriel with evolution point, and then you can get rid of both Feria and Alice.
Mouth's watering.
Yeah, so I value trade against goblin.
Yeah, you should.
As.
My mouth's watering.
Yeah, just kill the goblin and
Because
pass
he
turn.
plays. Oh, I played Orthrus. Well, that means it's fine.
Or Ortus is fine.
Alright.
Like, it's not played in many builds, but it's still present sometimes in the decks.
Orthrus has arrived.
I was considering earning the
Hey,
Feria, but
me.
giving shadows isn't really that beneficial.
It's not
But
that good.
if I can't really remove both. I don't suppose I need to remove the Orthrus, but
I mean, well, the thing you can
Should I
do
just
right
say-
now... Sure, go
do I
ahead.
just play both and then evolve Lyrial Trade into the Feria?
Okay, so
Or
right now, even though giving him shadows is not a great idea, playing the Earth is still the best one. So you play the Earth on the Feria, evolve it, and kill Feria. And the reason is, if he kills Earth, you are on 3 shadows. So the next turn, you can play Lyrial, sacrifice it into something, if he plays something that's big, and then you can play Soul Squasher. Or you can play Lyrial, and then you can play Soul Conversion, and then play Soul Squasher. Like, you'll be able to utilize a Soul Squasher, and you really do want to do it.
Bloom on stage.
okay.
He will only have 2 evolve
So I
creatures,
value
so...
Soul Squasher effect over Death Breath.
Well, at the moment, we'll see how the things go, right? You only have 2 shadows, and we don't know how his board will develop. So, it's not like you always do it, but in the current scenario, you just put him in a place that you have a 5-3 on the board. He cannot kill it with the Ortrus, so he have to either play something like Zombie Party, play a creature, evolve it and trade into it, or he'll be forced into
Flower.
unfavorable situation for him.
Stage.
He should have evolved Feria there
My wings
instead
are
of
killing me
Lyrial, I
now.
think. Yeah, you'll see too. Actually, should I Lurching Soul Conversion?
Did you get the Lurching
And
Corpse?
then, yeah, I got Lurching Corpse.
Okay, but...
I think I Lurching Soul Conversion.
But
and then,
first you should play L'Oreal and trade the Ortrus with the Evo point, so then you are 100% that the Lurching Curse will hit Feria.
ah, okay.
I mean, sometimes drawing cards is determining what you're gonna draw is better, but in this scenario, you just want to be sure that your unit will hit something, like hit Ortrus, so it will take less damage overall. It will survive with more amount of HP.
My boss works us to the bone.
He has 7. He could zombie. Oh, Death Breath.
Play. My wings are killing
Well,
Can't really
if
answer
he
Death Breath that good, actually.
if he does the Death's Breath, then it's fine.
Yeah, he'd probably evolve trade into Lyrial, and then I have enough for Death Breath. He didn't. Let's see. So, Odile is not that good here, so I can't even train without it. So, do I... I don't Bone Chimera evolve and then just trade both my things in, right?
That's what you should do. Play Bone Chimera, evolve, trade with both of the zombies, and also play Soul Squasher. And the
He
reason
really
you...
still has an evolution point.
yeah, I know he still have evolution, but you get both Ectars, so, and you got Death's Breath. So if you waste the killing part of the Soul Squasher over the less important targets, so we already established he's playing something like mid-rangey with an aggro. The thing is, you just want to have something on the board, because Ectars can win the game straightforwardly on their own. Same goes for Death's Breath. These are the things that protect your face, so taking 4 shadows out of it will just put you on a low count of shadows, and you won't be able to utilize the more important things. Because what's the thing in killing one evolved creature at the moment when you can Death's Breath to protect your face? He's the oppressor, and you just have to do something about it.
Upon you.
Want to play?
Alright, so he gets Thane.
May you
I mean, he played
rot
Thane.
and decay.
Finally a break.
I could trade Chimera into Zombie, trade Squasher into Thane, and then just deal, but to not get damaged by the whites.
Well,
And it was
you
very
will
fun.
get damaged by killing the zombie, but that's the correct play.
Well, yeah, but like not from killing the Thane. So I do that.
Yeah, you trade Skeleton into the zombie, then hit with the Soul Squasher onto the Thane, and play Odile. Trade with the Odile Whites one. Because
Oh, actually,
they will happen simultaneously, so you will not get damage.
I get damage from killing that. It's actually not that good. Oops.
My mouth's watering.
Do I Soul Conversion
Contact.
skeleton now?
Foul.
Or actually, I think I have enough things to play.
Take my
You shouldn't use a soul conversion. You just want to keep as many bodies on the board as possible.
Yeah.
Like, I know
Let's just
you
hope
take
it's
2
enough
damage here,
Phantom.
but the only thing that can stop you at the moment is a Phantom Hole. So that's the
Yeah.
only card that can kill you right off the bat. So you just count on him not having Phantom Hole and wait for your opportunity to utilize Death's Breath.
blind you.
To the underworld!
Oh, Serb. That's dangerous.
Yeah, Cerberus is dangerous because if you have another Cerberus, then you are gonna be drop dead soon.
Yeah. Oh, he mimicked. He mimicked
Dodil.
Time to go a little wild.
Odile instead of.
Okay,
I
that's
guess
fine.
that's normal. Okay, so he played his free White King and Serb.
Wasn't I good enough?
Do I just ward up or do I trade everything with Actor?
Okay, so just trade one skeleton right now into the king,
same?
and then you play Ektar. Because if you do not trade one skeleton, then you will not have enough bodies on the board. You will not have enough space. So we have to trade one skeleton right now, so to make him 4/4. Then Ektar, obviously with both zombies trade into his both targets and go face with skeleton. So once again, you are drop dead to the Phantom Hole, but well, it's
Yeah.
nothing that you can do about it. Also, after you finish attacking, you can use the soul conversion on your skeleton. There is no need for you to keep the skeleton on the board, and you have to utilize your mana and find shadows. So you have to find shadows. Oh, you didn't. We passed too fast. You should use soul conversion just to get 2 additional shadows towards the Death's Breath.
You just played Call of the Void, I think it's called. Yeah. That's not a normal card.
It's unusual.
I could trade Zombie and Skeleton to in the leader, Goblin leader, and then Death's Breath. I feel like that's the best play here. Actually, I could soul conversion Skull Beast first.
Okay, so the thing right now is if you would trade and do it like you explained, then it will be problematic in case he had Ektar, which is not something you want to do. So to just avoid things like this, you can simply play, like I said, you can play Skull Beast and Soul Conversion, so it will put you on 6 shadow count, and then you can play Ektar and just trade his board.
Okay. So play another actor. Is that better than warding up? Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, because you are only dying to the Phantom Hole, because you already know that what he did, and if you ward up and he plays Ektar, then you are dead. So it's like protecting you from one thing and not protecting you from another. And all of Shadow builds, like maybe not Neptis, but most of them does play 3 copies of Ektar. So every mid-range, every neutral, whatever, Shadow will play an Ektar in their deck. While with the Phantom Hole, not every Shadow deck plays 3 Phantom Holes. So because your opponent have less Phantom Holes, like percentage, he should have less Phantom Holes than the Ektars in his deck. You should play around Ektar possibility and not Phantom Hole.
Okay, so he just played Grimnir. I could zombie party it, and then I guess play the Urchin Corpse. I think that's the best play, right? Or if I was test, actually, should I just trade Actor with Grimnir and play Death's Breath to ward up, just to be safe from?
You should just, like I said, you should just trade the Ektar, play Death's Breath and Larchin Corpse. So by doing so, you set up a little for the next turn with Victor.
Yeah, and also protect myself from.
Yeah, and you are not dead from Phantom Hole. And worst case scenario, you will have another Death's Breath that we can hope that you might be able to activate.
You're mine.
This guy used some interesting cards, and old school cards. Like Call of the Void. Is it worth Necromancy for summoning a zombie?
No, if you want to do it, then the Dance of Death is most likely better, because it still deals damage to your opponent's face. And sometimes you utilizing for Necromancy is way more important for you. Okay, so I see he's dead, right?
Yeah, I can just play actor, just because I don't want to count.
Tear the shreds! Arr!
I think that's the first game where I played all 3 actors.
This head can't be taken.
Well, sometimes you just have to draw all 3 of them to win the game.
Actually, for a long time I only had 2 of them. And I recently purchased the Neptis deck thing with an actor, so I got the 3rd.
I did it! I won!
Yeah, it's really powerful. Like, it's the main reason why, maybe not only him, but the Extra, Zombie Party, and Immortal Tain are the 3 main reasons right now why the Shadow have such strong mid to late game. Because these are the creatures that can easily transition you and give a huge swing on the board in terms of life, in terms of creatures, and in terms of removal. So they just fulfill all of these roles.
Going second, I keep Zombie Party and Soul Squasher against Ruin, right? I feel like I should have a rule just in case.
Yeah,
Mother, father,
just skip it.
come on! I guess you're looking for a fight.
And of course, throughout
Okay.
Ektar, you won't play him for a couple of turns.
Yeah. Do you have game audio when you spectate?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Oh, is this D-Shift? He played Louis. I'm kind of scared.
Nice to see you.
So against D-Shift, I don't really trade, right? I just go face.
My name's Lou.
Yeah, you should apply as much pressure as possible. Against D-Shift, it might be hard because you are going second, so your options to simply attack his face are kinda limited.
If he doesn't play any minions this turn, I think I will actually just zombie party Lou and attack face. Would that be wrong?
Well, that depends on what card he's gonna play. Most likely that's what you're gonna do, and also depends on what you roll, but...
Yeah, he played Sorcery Cash, so it's most likely D-Shift.
Yeah, and he already got one in the
sure.
hand. Because you're not gonna play Sorcery Cash unless you have Dimension Shift in the hand.
Yeah.
That's the
So-
only viable target.
So I zombie party the Lou and just go face, right? I
Yeah,
don't really have the time to demon either the Soul Squasher.
you can also play Andal Soul Squasher, which is gonna be better.
Ah, oops.
Yeah, because, like I said,
Well,
I
I
see
don't
it with
really-
a 10 seconds delay, and, well, I didn't saw the card you draw before you made the play, so the second Soul Squasher is gonna be way better, because then he cannot kill your Soul Squasher, like one of them, without sacrificing one of the pinks, and he will just add up a pressure on the board. Because Zombie Party on the 1-1, had you not draw the Soul Squasher, just draw something else, then it will be fine, but because you draw a second Soul Squasher, you will just add up a body on the board that you have to deal with, and that threats up damage. So it wasn't that good, because right now you see you're on your evolution turn and you are left without a creature that can apply damage to his face, which is not what you want.
Okay. Do I actually consider just playing a Demon Eater and evolving that to trade and then just a Soul Squasher?
Yes, that's what you have to do. Play Demon Eater first, then Soul Squasher, evolve Demon Eater and trade.
Yeah.
See, it would be different. Had you played the Soul Squasher, he would be left with low. Maybe he would play a pink to add up, but then he wouldn't play the Levi. But let's just assume he wouldn't kill your second Soul Squasher. Then he would be free to evolve your Soul Squasher, the one that was on board, and just go face. So, just to add up pressure.
He probably has a second Levi, though, right? You don't
Well,
just sacrifice a Levi unless you have more.
we'll see about
I feel
it.
like
Sometimes they will just play
feel
it
like
to have a
that's-
creature on the board. We already know he got Dimension Shift, so as long as he destroy your creatures, he should be fine. All you have to do right now is to either find another copy of Dimension Shift, which more likely than not he will find because of the excessive amount of draw the Dimension Shift have in their builds, and the same goes for the Flame Destroyer.
He just kaleidoscopic the Soul Scorcher instead of Demonator. I think that's a misplay. So how many spells has he played? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. This one costs 1. I think he actually sorcery cached the Hands of Fate. Fate's Hand, I mean. I just play Serve here, by the way, right? Turn 5.
I don't know how much mana he spent, actually, I didn't saw it. But if he did sorcery cash on the Fate's Hand, that means he's terrible player. That's seriously, that's not something that he would ever consider doing.
Okay. I just serve on empty board, right?
Yeah,
There's
you
no
can.
reason to play 2 Soul Scorchers.
Okay, so you
Or
can play
Demonator.
Cerberus, but evolve her. And leave her evolved on the board.
Rival?
Yes, you do. And the reason is some of the Dimension Shifts play Merlins. So if he does play Merlin, he can simply evolve her and kill the Cerberus if she's a 3-3. When it's a 5-5, he cannot kill it with the Merlin alone, because Merlin is gonna be 4-3 after the evo. So he would require something to hit her up. Also, 5-5 creature that cannot be bounced back have to be dealt with. He already used 1 Wind Blast, so he either needs Fiery Embrace or the Wind Blast. You still have your 1 evolution point, but you have no pressure at all. Like, he's still on 18, it's turn number 6, so all you did in this game was deal 2 damage. There is no pressure at all from your side, it's nothing. So,
Okay, so
you just have to try to regain the board in as many ways as possible.
Witch Bolt? Oh yeah, that's fine, I guess.
I'm just a mage who's as old as dirt.
You're done for.
Yeah, I guess that's nice to draw a card
It's
instead
just
of...
like back in the old days.
Alright. I kinda don't want to play Odile on an empty board because he has so many pings. With
Gotta go.
2 play point shock and just angelic type. So I think, do I just dump Demonator and a Soul Scorcher just to empty my hand?
Yeah, I should play Demon Eater, then both of your Soul Squasher. You already have enough cards. The thing you want to do is trying to get something to stick on the board. So just play 3 of your units and pray that one of them will survive while your opponent is still regaining his tempo, because one of them is gonna die to the Crimson Sorcery, and we don't know what's gonna happen to Odir too.
So fresh. They're so fresh.
I feel like is D-Shift favored against mid-range?
No, it's not. It's not, but
Not favored.
it's not favored. But actually, the entire matchup right now is snowballing because of this turn 3. Like, had you played the Soul Squasher, this game would be entirely different. Because if you are playing 1 card and he's playing 1 card, then obviously you are in a worse spot. But if you are playing more creatures than have removals, or more creatures than he can play removals on the board, that favors you. And that means, like, even if a creature like 2 and 2 survives for 1 more turn, it's still plus 2 damage. And these small chips of damage will amount during the course of the game, and then you are able to finish him with something like Phantom Hole, with something like Phantom Hole with Cerberus spells. Like, there's a lot of combinations that you can put up throughout the game, while if you do not seize the opportunity, or just draw poorly, then the Dimension Shift will simply win. Because of the sheer power of the deck. Like, it's unstoppable after it goes off, because when it's like, it's time for real magic, blah blah, and he casts the Dimension Shift, it's just basically over.
Yeah. Do I just Immortal Thane on an empty board? I feel like that's the only real
Yeah,
option
that's
here.
the only good play at the moment, because you still produce 3 units on the board. That's what you want.
Yeah.
Just play the Thane and
I
pray
really
that he's not gonna finish you off right now.
Well, let's pray. I feel like he sorcery cast the first though. Oh, it doesn't go back that far. Alright. Does it?
It only goes back by several couple of turns, but I don't know will it go till the very beginning, especially when there was so many actions involved in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. It doesn't come all the way back.
Yeah.
My name's Lou. It's short for Blue.
That's his third Fate Sand. He's drawn a lot of cards. 14 cards left. I don't suppose you'd ever fatigue out on with T-shifts.
It's not gonna cut it.
I feel like that's if you have that much time, you'd probably just wait by then.
Yeah, I believe he should be able to assemble the combo right now. If he does not, then still might be able to win, so we'll see.
How many spell boost cards are in the D-shift deck? There's like 3 D-shifts.
Wind Blast, Dimension Shifts, other card. Sometimes they play the Rime Wind, but that's really unusual spell. What else? Fate's Hand, obviously. Fiery Embrace. Some versions play the enchantment, the 7 mana +2/+2 to the creature, the spell boost, and some of them are version with the what's it called? The mage.
Flame Breath. Destroy. I'm not sure. He played Golem Assault.
Oh
So
yeah,
I
Golem
suppose
Assault
that's
is
his finisher.
Golem Assault is also other Dimension Shift archetype.
So I could meme the loot and then just fill the board with actor. That'd be good.
The better play
Just then I have 9.
the better play right here would be to use your Odil and then kill the White Swan. Then you can play the Lurial and White King, like all of them. So you will play 3 creatures and also will deal 2 damage to his face while not using the evolution point. You don't want to shoot 2 damage into his 3/1 creature, right? You don't even care about her being 3/1. You just want to save this card for the damage purposes, because you are not gonna be dead by him hitting you from 90 to 16. You're gonna be dead because he will just take additional turns and that's gonna finish you off. So you shouldn't be ever afraid from a body like this.
Yeah.
Let the light blind you.
No! I'm going home.
So it's now or never, but he
I'm
should
more
probably
afraid
go
of
off.
him. Yeah. Let's see. So the Golem Assault way is just to play all the golems and then pass, right? And then ideally pass multiple turns. I feel like the Frame Wreath Destroyer is just better, right?
These are simply 2 different versions. Because with the Golem Assault, he can get consistency with spells. So he's playing a lot more spells sometimes. And that brings down multiple D-shifts. While with the Flame Destroyer, it's harder. And the other thing is, the Golem Assault is a spell. So some versions play Enchanted Library. So they can fetch it up too, if they're lucky. There's just a lot of things, and a lot of different builds, but they all work towards the same goal, so their finisher is just casting Dimension Shifts and taking multiple turns. So no matter how he's gonna achieve it, when he's gonna achieve, like complete his, let's say, quest for the additional turn, then it's over for you.
Wasn't I good
I'm
enough?
not dead yet. Let's see. There's no way for me to kill him, right? Yeah. Do I just go off with actor now? Like, trade the... yeah. Right?
Okay,
Like meeting his face. Or Coco, the Alarial or something.
Okay, wait a second. So I believe you have lethal, so just finish him off. If you play Ektar, trade a zombie, into his, you can evolve Lyrial, and you can play Mimi and Coco, and that's it.
It's lethal?
Yeah, it's lethal for sure.
Yes.
Because it's 6 from the board, 4 from the Hectare, so it's already 10. It's 4 from the spells in your hand, which you can play, and then you have evolution points, so it's way over the lethal.
Ah,
Tear to shreds! Arr!
alright.
I guess you can say you kinda got lucky, in a way that he didn't kill
Yeah.
you somehow.
I'm pretty sure he sorcery cashed Fate of Hand.
The pit's for you!
Because I think he played like
Unbelievable.
2 spells before playing that card, and he already had it discarded by 4.
Yeah, if we had the complete the card history, then we could do it. But, like I already said, if you're using Sorcery Cage for anything other than Dimensional Shift, you're simply doing it wrong, because that's the only spell you just want to spell boost hard. The other spells, Fate's Hand, it's only 5. You will play the 5 spells eventually, and they will make it easier in casting off, while with Dimensional Shift, it's 18. It's freaking 18. It's a lot, and
Yeah.
Sorcery Cage is removing 3 spell boosts out of this. That's the only reason why the Dimensional Shift can go off so early sometimes. And he wasn't able to achieve it until later turn, so...
I was actually in a situation where I had like 2. I think I have 1 0-cost Dimension Shift and 1 3-cost Dimension Shift, but I only had like I think it was 3-cost Flame Wreath and a newly drawn Flame Wreath. So I used the cash on the Flame Wreath in order to get it next turn.
Hmm? Yeah, but if you already had double Dimensional Shift for 0, then you can use Sorcery Cage on whatever you want, so...
Yeah. Okay. Do I keep basically any? Okay, so I'm first against Haven.
Yeah, I
got
see.
Lurking Cloak,
You shouldn't
Knight, and
keep
Necro Assassin.
anything out of this hand. Like, both of these are great targets for the Blackened Scripture, so you just don't want any of these in your hand versus Haven. Like, versus Haven, you don't want any card that interacts with dying mechanics, unless you have a Sacrifice, Right of the Bat, but it's better still drawing them. So, what you want to go at versus Haven is Skullbeast, is Lyrial, Little Soul Squasher, cards like that. Cards that just exist on the board and generate pressure by their own. They don't require dying. Because if Haven is able to banish them, then obviously you're losing all of the tempo the card provides. So let's assume you play Attendant of Night and he play Blackened Scripture. That means not only you're losing on the tempo, but that also means you are losing on creature value, which is really essential.
This sick guy's playing using the Nephthys back on a Haven deck.
To the bone!
This guy's insane.
Oh, he just
Do I-
likes the
Zombie
different card
Party.
back.
Yeah. Do I zombie party the Lyrial? Or
You can.
do I trade and play Assault Squad? I feel like zombie party, right?
Yeah, you should zombie party right now, because we don't know yet if it's a neutral Haven, if it's a Storm Haven, like what kind of Haven it is, but he wasn't able to kill your Lyrial, so if you zombie party, attack him for 2, that means you are already starting to chip up the damage. Also you got the Phantom Hole and Cerberus, so these are the cards that also provide damage in the later stages of the game. Versus Haven, you just want to finish fast, so zombie party right now is okay.
Oh, Beast Call. Okay, so he does seem to play some sort of aggressive deck.
Well,
Kinda.
this Colaria can exist in any sort of Haven, so it's not a sign yet.
Oh yeah. Let's see, this always got face. Do I just play Lyrial Soul Squasher here? Just to fill board?
Okay, so the only problem of playing both Lyrial and Soul Squasher will be him getting Priest of the Cudgel, but still you should do it. So if he plays Priest of the Cudgel, he can get rid of 2 of your units, you will be left with only 1, but then you get Cerberus. So that's actually fine. Just play both of them, so Lyrial and Soul Squasher. Because you will not get advantage
Okay,
of
so
the Soul Squasher ability, you have no shadows, and by playing 3 creatures on the board, you simply expand your possibilities for the future turns.
This is neutral Haven. He played Alice.
To the bones! They're so fresh!
I feel like neutral Haven is more of a high roll deck due to the lion. If you like get it on the opening hand, it could be like insane.
Yeah, Lion can be really devastating, like it's one of the best cards that he can get off for free, and especially if he combo it off with something like March 30 Time, so both Lion and the Tin Soldier are extremely oppressive units for the board, so that's not something you want to deal with.
Do I evolve Serb to trade evenly, or do I? I kind of don't want to trade these that can go face though. I feel like I need to rush this guy down.
Yes.
I think
You totally should.
Should I evolve Serb?
Yeah, because if you play the Cerberus, you are at least securing. You have these both girls on the board, so you are still hitting your opponent for 4. You will get spells, which provides 4 damage, and you also have Phantom Hole. So in this game, you can consider that it might be able to finish him off with the Phantom Hole. So you want to just deal as much damage as possible. Other scenario can be playing Cerberus and evolving Lyrial. So if you want to commit, like really commit to the board, you can evolve Lyrial and just go all in his face, but that's just dangerous. So evolving Cerberus and trading is better, because even though it puts less amount of damage on him, he didn't play Priest of the Cudgel, so we can safely assume he didn't hit Priest of the Cudgel, and his only option is to tap the kit.
I mean, he played Lion and got like Holy Flame Tiger. Now 2 tigers out of it. So that's fine. Let's see. I don't suppose this is lethal, right? Let's see. 5. Back through of the knee. T out of the 4. Actually, I have lethal. Right? Yeah.
Hey, why so angry?
I'll just assume it's lethal.
Okay, so you will get 5 damage out of the Lyrial, 4 damage out of the Phantom Hole, so it's 9, and 2 damage out of the Cerberus spell. So it's enough. Like I said, it's gonna be lethal.
Jeez, that's a really big tempo play though, the Lion. If I didn't have like Phantom Howl, I probably most likely lost the game, I think. Because I feel like I have no way to remove these lions and tigers.
Yeah, that's true. Like the Phantom Hole was just able to finish it off, and sometimes you just need this kind of tempo play. The other thing that was good for you is that obviously that we were going first. Like calling everything on going first is bad, but well, once again, going first is really favorable in this kind of deck.
Yeah. Ooh, blood.
Oh well, we didn't met Blood today, if I recall correctly, so it's good for a change. Just to play something that's good. Like the deck that's good, the class that's good. Just to find out how you deal with it.
Okay, so
Mother, father.
I don't keep any of this, obviously. The Serb, Thane, and Owl.
Yeah, you definitely do not keep any of these cards. All 3 of them are just bad and expensive. I mean, they are not bad, but of course they are too expensive to keep versus Blood.
Blood is generally vengeance, right? Like most likely.
I would say most of the Bloods right now are either aggro with the Karaboxe or the neutral. The vengeance is still a niche archetype, like it's there, but it's not as common as the other 2. Because if you play Blood, you'd rather play aggressive strategy or something that's like more, I don't know how to put it, mid-rangey? Yeah, that's what would be it. Like with the Vengeance Blood, it's not that common at all. Like sometimes it's there, but it's inconsistent. So the lack of consistency is something that simply kills the Blood.
All part of the job.
Alright. You play the Angel of the Word, Pig Face, of course.
Yeah, that's good. For you,
So, yeah. Do I
Is God's word.
trade my Lyrial, or do I just ignore it?
Okay, so right now you just trade your Lyrial.
And play another? Actually, I should probably play Demon and...
No, so you trade your Lyrial and then you pass. Like, it's kinda unintuitive to not play anything, but it's gonna be his evolution turn. And Lyrial is great in answering some evolved stuff. Like, if he plays something and does not evolve it, that's okay. If you play, for example, both Demon Eater and Lyrial, and he plays Big Knuckle Bodyguard, then he takes full value out of the creature, and you are gonna be in a miserly state. Right now, you do not have any of your 5 drops, you only got Death's Breath, which you will not have enough shadows for. You do not have Ectars, and playing creature right now would simply propel him into evolving creature, while if you do not play anything, then at least you can save some answers.
Okay, so I can see how that works here. Because he just evolved the Vania and trade and get more value from the bats. So I obviously play Lyrial, but do I play Demon Eater first? Just to have a body? Or do I just play Lyrial?
Okay, so you can play the Demon Eater first. Just to have a body, because in this case he got 2 bats on the board. Well, when you evolve Illyrial, you will remove 1 of the bats, so he'll be left with only 1 bat. And for the turn 6, you will either use a Phantom Hole or something that you will draw, because unless you draw Ectar or another Tain or another 7-cost card, which is not there, then you will be able to play anything you draw. So, and also you got Soul Conversion, so you don't need that many cards. Like in this matchup, you don't value having full hand, you only want to have answers for his stuff. So as long as you are able to answer his board, you are simply just free
this
to do the trades.
is definitely aggro. He has like the Vampiric Fortress.
Oh, I see.
The Curse Brand Vampire.
Yeah, but Fortress will only hit you for free unless he decides to trade.
I mean, he evolved the wolf and went face. That's fine.
Okay, so if he went face, then he will just spawn additional bat and hit you for 2 only, which is not a lot.
Okay. I don't suppose I could like trade into a Demon Eater into a bat and then Soul Conversion it, and then Phantom Howl for 4, and then just clear the board.
Well, you can hit a Demon Eater, then use a Soul Conversion, and first see what you're gonna draw. Because if you do not draw anything, you can use your little Soul Squasher to kill his wolf, for example.
Alright.
We'll just see what you're gonna draw, because using Phantom Hole right now, that's definitely not gonna help you, because it's not gonna finish his face, it will just extinguish all of your shadows, and the Death's Breath becomes less and less of an option.
Okay, so I got Necro Assassin herb. I won't play Necro Assassin on this Lyrial, of course.
No, do not. But
Yeah.
you can play the Soul Squasher and evolve her, trade his entire board. So, of course, you will be at 10, 10 is not a great amount of life to beat, but he will be left without a board. So, as long as he does not play Karabose, and even if he does, then you will at least have some answers, you should be fine.
Yeah. Alright. So I have no shadows for Phantom Howl or Death's Breath.
Want
But-
to play?
Okay, Karabos.
Say bye-bye to your life. The job. My blood is filled.
Okay, did he evolve her?
So I'm basically on a timer here.
Yeah, if you played Karabos, then every turn he's gonna tick you down
Stay beautiful.
and draw additional card, which is obviously not great.
I think. Do I play Immortal Thane and just trade the Lyrial into the
Want to
Karabos?
know enduring beauty? Hey, why so angry? Mean.
Because everything else seems.
Yeah, everything
Either too
else is bad, so just play Tain and trade. So this way you will deal 2 damage into his face already, he'll be at 14. And the next turn, like the worst case scenario, you can play Phantom Hole with Necro Assassin, something like that. It's because you are not able to activate Death's Breath yet. Also got Cerberus with Cerberus spells. Immortal Tain is probably one of your only options to match up the Karabose. Of course, worst case scenario, he will play the other Karabose and it's gonna be painful for you. But well, it's like, what other chance you have?
Play the second Karabos.
Oh wow, that's
So, that
really
kinda
gonna hurt
hurts.
you. But at least second Karabos cannot hit your face and he cannot deal too much of a damage on this turn, so if it's not a double Raspberry Claw on the next turn, he cannot do it. Maybe with
I'm
a
at 5 next turn, basically. So, is there a way to deal 5 directly? I think all of the storms have 4 attack, right?
well, he can do the Blood Wolf and Raspberry Claw.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So he can do it like this.
Let's see, I feel... Wait, do I care about him being in Vengeance, actually?
No, you don't. It's not gonna help him
But-
too much.
Okay.
I mean,
So do
the
I
only
just
the only
attack
card that
things?
would care you would care in Vengeance would be the Emeralda, but you don't care because he's at 6 mana. He's locked at it.
Oh, that's right. Do I just go face with white and then Necro Assassinate?
No. You go face with both, then use Necro Assassin on the Immortal Tain, so this way you will gain white with Ward. So
Alright.
it will at least protect your face for a little. Like, it will protect your face from him simply doing stuff to you. Also,
And
there
just
is the
play
other
Soul
ways.
Scorcher now, right?
Yeah. Also, the other way would be to play Cerberus, but then with Cerberus it's not as efficient as it is, and it's not putting the bodies you want.
If he somehow just clears the board without killing me, I could Serb Phantom Howl for lethal.
Well, you can also just attack him with Necrosis. Like, if you survive this turn, you're guaranteed to win the game. Most scenarios, that's like you're guaranteed, but he also has some options. So right now, because you just got a ward, which is really important, you prevented yourself to dying from Blood Wolf. So only Raspberry Claws becomes a reality, and he would need 2 of them. So
Ooh, if I win the next match, I'll get to the thing where I have to win 3 matches, or 2 matches out of 3.
okay. Okay. Also, another thing, I didn't consider it because it was on the spawn of the moment. But to be honest, the best thing would be, instead of playing Soul Squasher, would be to use Necro Assassin on the existing Necro Assassin on the board. Because I thought you would have 1 additional mana, but you had to spare mana. So after doing so, you would... or not, whatever, never mind. I forgot it's only 1 white. Don't mind me. For some weird reason, I thought there's like 2 whites on the board and they will deal damage. Whatever.
Oh, you have to deal damage. I see.
Yeah, I got lost in math. I'm bad.
Yeah, that's okay.
But whatever. Like, as long as it's after the play happened and we didn't commit to it, and... Well...
Yeah. Yeah, I don't keep any of these against Shadow.
Come on. Come
There
on.
we go.
Let's play together.
Oof, that's not pretty.
What did you do?
At least Attendant of Night isn't that bad.
Well, Latin of Night is not bad in this matchup, but it's not the best creature, obviously.
Ideally, he plays something so I can zombie party to gain some sort of value of the turn. Actually, if I don't play Demon Eater on an empty board, do I? If he doesn't play anything.
Well, if he doesn't do anything, then the monitor is kinda bad on the empty board. Because you just want to use him
Do I just pass?
later on. Yeah, I guess you have to. Because if you didn't draw anything to play on the turn 2, then you'll probably have to pass.
Yeah, I drew Lurching Corpse, but he played Lyrial. I think I just zombie partied, right?
Yeah. So if he played Lyrial, then Zombie Party is fine. Because right now you have nobody that can contest the board. You do not have a 2 and 2. And if you Zombie Party right now, then you can do Attendant on the next turn, and the turn 4 is gonna be really efficient for you. Because you will have multitude of options for mana. So it includes Lurching Corpse and Demon Eater, Soul Conversion of the Attendant, and playing something that you're gonna draw. Like, there's just a lot of things that will come in handy to you.
You gonna mess with me?
Lyrial? Uriel, that's interesting.
Oh, you will.
There's no amulets that are important. Wait, he's not playing the Deathly Tyrant deck where he gets like Midnight Howl or Midnight something.
I suppose it's gonna be something like the Haunted House, the amulet that produced ghosts.
Oh,
I forgot what was it called, but there was an amulet
yeah,
that
that's
produced a ghost.
Haunted House.
Okay.
I don't think I want a Lurching Corpse effect on this. 50-50 to get a Lich instead of killing 3-3. Do I
Okay, so it's
Demon Eater the Attendant and then evolve the Eater, right?
yep. So attack his face, then use the Demon Eater. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Got another Lurching Corpse. And a Serve for next turn.
Well, if you got another
no
Lurching
reason to roll
Corpse,
the
then if you got yeah, there is no reason to evolve Lich, but if you got another Lurching Corpse, then you should probably play it because you have 2 additional mana, and right now because you got 2 Lurching Corpse and your hand is full, you just want to play it on the board just to get rid of the cards, and also you have 3 sacrifice effects, so you got both Lurching Corpse and Necro Assassin. That's a lot already, so you can get rid of one of them, and it will just make easier on you. And obviously, evolve the monitor and kill Uriel.
Yeah. Also, Lurching Corpse kind of threatens him if he wants to do like Necro Assassin or something, because it could.
Yeah, it protects your board
Yeah.
in some ways.
I mean, he did play Necro Assassin, but he killed the Demon Eater. So that's unfortunate. But actually, now I have
Breathing too loud.
2 good targets to Necro Assassin Lurching Corpse.
Beckon.
Do I do that instead of playing Serve, or do I still play Serve? I feel like
Let's make the world quieter.
I like Lurching Corpse,
I'll live again.
Soul version. No, I mean Lurching Corpse Necro Assassin.
Well, like you said, you should just go face with Lurching Corpse and use a Necro Assassin on it. Because this way is really good for you, and we already saw the similar game yesterday, but you were on the other side, where your opponent, it was also Shadow Mirror, not yesterday, like 2 days ago, maybe you probably remember. That was a game where your opponent destroyed your board without using Evolution Point, and that's the same what's happening to him. You just destroyed his board without using your Evolution Points, and he's on 1 Evolution Point while you're at 2, and you also got Odil, so you're ahead in Evolution Points, and you're ahead with board right now, so that's something that will just allow you to snowball.
Okay. He just zombie partied past, so I think I serve.
Yeah, just play Cerberus and pass.
Just do I pass?
Yeah, you just play Cerberus and do nothing.
Oh yeah, yeah. I thought you said just pass.
No. Sorry, yeah. Just play Cerberus and then pass. Because even if he does something and evolves Cerberus, who already got the cards, you also got Ectars, and you were going second. But even if he plays his Ectar, you can answer his Ectar with your Ectar. So it's something
played
like
Zombie
going
Party.
with Bahamut. So in Dragon Mirrors, when they go Bahamut chain or so called, it's like one player plays Bahamut, other plays Bahamut, and whoever gets more Bahamuts remains the winner in the end.
So he played zombie parties as a bunch of. Do I deal?
Yeah, you totally should.
Declare the zombie.
Odil is
Okay.
perfect.
Do I even meme his face,
No.
or that should be?
No,
just
just kill the swan and that's it. Like, there is no reason for you to already shoot 2 into his face, because you can do it anytime. Anytime you want, you can use the 2 damage, but it can be also used for removal. So let's just assume this game might go out of control, and maybe you will be forced to use it as a removal. It's just better to have multiple options. It's not like Dimension Shift matchup, or it's not like Haven matchup, where you had to use the other spell, the +2/+0, to force your opponent into face. It's only deal 2 damage for 1 mana, so it's nothing like this.
Destiny calls.
Do I? Okay, so he has a 3/3 Erd and a 1 to Lurching Corpse, do I meme the Lurching Corpse and then zombie party the herd?
Yeah, right now that's good.
Is there any better though? I don't play actor, right? Because this is the
No,
Lurching
no,
Corpse.
you don't want to play actor. Right now you just kill his board without accessing your evolution point, without losing your cards. He only got 4 cards in hand, he will have 5 on the beginning of the turn, while you have almost full hand, I believe. Yeah, full hand. So if you use both Mimi and Zombie Party, then you will just produce 3 zombies. That's awesome.
He still hasn't played his amulet.
It's the pitch for you.
Yeah,
Kinda...
him not playing the amulet is interesting. It might be, but it's only like a might be. It might be a Dark Alice version with the Test of Strength, but once again, I have no idea what did he fetch with. His
Do
card.
I actor here?
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah, you definitely do.
okay, so I actor. Do I evolve actor just to full clear?
Yep, you should.
Or okay.
Because you are ahead on evolution point and you will deal 8 damage into his face at the moment. So it's like
Do I even
setting up a
auto-
little.
Do I even buff one of the zombies to deal more damage?
No. Because once again, it's +2 damage that exists there. What you want to do is play Larching Corpse instead. So the reason for that is that this 2 damage, these zombies will die. Because if they survive on the board, you will just play Ectar and win the game. So it won't change. Also, you have additional evolution point. So the fact of you winning will not change the stuff. So you can do this +2/+0 anytime you want. But right now, the Larching Corpse is simply better because it ensures that if you would play the Odile, the Black Swan, and something else to clear the board, then the Larching Corpse can just get an effect. Same goes for the Grimnir. If he would go Grimnir, then the Grimnir would die.
I think if he clears the board except Lurching Corpse, I have lethal, right?
Well, even
Actually,
if
do I have
he...
lethal anyway?
You have little anyway.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Unless
so I
he
basically
puts up
just
a
won
ward
now.
on the board. Like, the ward would be the only thing that could prevent you from winning, but that's the only thing.
That's Alright. Power of Lurching Corpse, you don't want to trade into.
Yeah, obviously he don't want to.
Of your wretched faces. Again.
Okay, so that's it. You have once again multiple options. You can do it with a Phantom Hole, you can do it with the another Cerberus. So just do it however you want.
I kinda half-assed both ways. I didn't. No, whatever. It's fine. Alright, so now I'm on the cloud thing.
I'm leaving.
I need to win 3, right? No, 2.
I believe it's win 2 out of 3, 5.
Did it.
No idea how it won.
Okay, well, actually, does it say if I...
Yeah, it will say it, but probably after the game you play. So right now
okay.
it will not say. How many? I believe it's 2 out of 3.
Oh yeah, it says here 2 out of 3. So yeah, I need to win 2 out of 3. Let's hope that works out.
Well, considering that
I'm on a 7.
we just did 7 in a row, then it might be
Yeah.
possible.
Wow, this is actually a good hand. I get first against Rune. I have Bone Chimera, Lyriel, and Soul Squasher. Do I just keep everything?
Yeah,
Or
Bon
do I
Chimera,
like
Lyrian,
Morgan
Soul
as
Squasher, all of them are fine.
Come on.
Because if you
Is there-
play a 2-drop, he might go for a 2-drop, of course. Having 2 of them is nice, because sometimes on the turn 3, you will just want to play a 2-drop instead of Chimera, like rare scenarios. And Soul Squasher is just good value and the body, so this hand is good. Especially, let's consider he would just give you signs that he's a Dimension Shift instead of normal rune. Then double 2-drop will be fine in contesting the board.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice to see you.
Do you play Lyrial?
How do you do?
Do I... Oh, I got Attendant. Do I trade Bone Chimera or Attendant?
Bone.
Or do I just go face and play Bone Chimera or Attendant?
Okay, so he just played Lyrial, so it already indicates his neutral rune. So, to be honest, you should ignore the Lyrial, so go into his face, and
Okay.
then you can play Bone Chimera. Because the Bone Chimera alone can give you enough shadows for the Little Soul Squasher for the later stages of the game, while he's not gonna attack your Attendant of Night, like that's a given, he's not gonna go into it. And Attendant of Night is really weak against Lyrial, so Bone Chimera is just better at the moment.
Ooh. Ah.
Because
Played Angel of the World. I thought for a sec he was gonna ping the Chimera.
and
But
he
then
didn't.
again, yeah, I didn't. He just pinged face.
Wow, that's interesting, to say at least.
Yeah.
God's word.
I don't. Do I just try to like rush him with double soul? I kind of want to just play Attendant of Night and then attack.
Yeah, just go with the Attendant. Play Attendant and go face, that's fine. Because if you play double Soul Squasher, you will never get a value out of her, and you want to get a value out of one of them, at least. Also, same goes for your card draws. You still can get the monitor, you can get your soul for one, so there's a lot of ways to get advantage of your cards, so we'll just see how it goes. Also, his evolves right now are really awkward, because if he evolves something right now, like if he evolves the Angel of the World, it's only gonna go face. That's the only direction he can go. If he plays something and evolve it, then he kills Chimera. Wow, then Chimera multiplies and you have two skeletons. He kills the Attendant, well, then there is the 4/4 Lich waiting for him. So there is no a really good way, like something that can clearly give him the advantage. And even though your bot is like 1/1s, it's still efficient. Obviously, the Time War Mage Levi,
Just like back in the
that one is good for him, because by doing so, the Crimson Sorcery can give him the advantage.
He actually didn't though. He Crimson Sorcery my face, so I can trade Skeleton to the Word and Soul Squasher his Levi.
Oh well, that's really good then.
Yeah. I feel
And
but do I play both Soul Squashers then? Because I'm not gonna get the second Valley.
yeah, of course, play. And because this matchup is gonna go about who hits who more in the face, you should evolve the Attendant of Night. Even though, once again, it's kinda unintuitive, he just used his Crimson Sorcery. And killing the Attendant of Night is always a pain, because he will leave 4/4 body on the board. You already got Ectar, you already got Immortal Taint and Death's Breath. So you got all of the tools that you can pressure him with, and you just don't want to fall behind. So this is just pure evolution for damage, but well, sometimes you will have to do it.
Unbelievable.
Like this is the perfect scenario. Because you are not afraid of creatures he's gonna play, and you just want to expand your board.
If I don't draw anything good, do I just Death Breath without Necromancy just to get tempo?
Most likely yes, but you should draw something, like all of the cards in your deck already, unless it's another Death's Breath, Tain or Ectar, you should be able to play them. So turn 6 onwards is really easy for you. At least for your deck. Also consider that right now you got 7 power on the board. You have to do something about it.
Yeah, he hectored and
on the
dealt with it.
warfield, a shining helmet.
Well, I could either play a Soul Squasher or
It won't be long
a
now.
Death Breath without the
Fangs
Necromancy, of
can't
course.
withstand me.
I think I trade Soul Squasher into a 6/2 board and then just Death Breath, right? And then I could, if he doesn't clear it, I could Ectar.
Yeah,
He's probably gonna clear it though.
yeah, that Death's Breath is good play. So just trade, play Death's Breath. You are with 4 units that are 2 and 2 on the board. He is gonna be on 12. And you got Ectar for Lethals. You got Immortal Tain, which is also gonna refill your board. And if he does kill your board and use his evolution point, you got Soul Squasher to answer it. So it's like win-win scenario for you.
I don't evolve
I'm sorry.
Soul Squasher.
No, right now not. Like you could use one of the points for the pressure purposes, but you just save the second one for the scenarios. that might happen. So for trades, for damage, because the first one, like the one used on an attendant is a creature like already established that, well, killing him puts a 4/4 on the board. So it's not something that's easy to do. It's not something that most players want to do. And you were in the leading position because you got 3 creatures. But you just want to have this one Evo point to answer it. So if you are going first, the first one is usually either for trades or aggression, and the second one is just as a backup. Just treat it as your like safety house, and that you can use it anytime that we win the game. Because going first just give you the sheer pressure of, well, simply going first. You are gonna play your minions first, you are gonna dictate the tempo, and you just have to overthrow his turn 4 evolution because he is faster on the 1 turn, which you did. So right now you should be able to win.
Yeah, 4 the total, yeah.
This is God's word. You're mean. This ends here.
Yeah, Ektar is just a win.
Hearken to the word.
You know, Calamitous Curse would have helped in there, but of course that card's not played. Thankfully.
In neutral rune not. In dirt rune sometimes they play it, but not in neutral. Neutral doesn't play this card.
Looks like you won.
I mean, it would have said it's good at these. I feel like AoE is a very strong effect, especially at the 2 health
Did it.
category, especially against Shadow.
That's
Because of
true.
the
It
zombie.
really is.
Alright, so I just need to win one more to get to AA.
Okay, so let's do it.
And after AA, it's Masters, right?
It's AA and then Masters is after AA.
Okay.
So it's still like AA 3 to 1-0.
It's Forest. You could, if it's neutral. I've actually been high rolled against neutral, or like, no, one.
Mother,
It's very scary.
father, come on.
I think I toss out one Bone Chimera and keep another, right? I have a Skull Beast and a Bone Chimera.
You just throw one Bone Chimera and keep only one of them. One of them is enough. 2 of them is too much, because sometimes when you play 2 of them, your board will be flooded. Maybe you will have full board and then you will sacrifice 1 minion, which is not what you want, and Skull Beast as a 1-drop is good. Of course, some Forest players will play Elfchild Male Steel, but most of them does not. So they just go off of combo with Roach. Nothing else.
Nice to see
Ooh,
you.
Skiff turn 2. I actually can't do much either though. I don't soul conversion the Skull Beast, do I? Just to...
If you have nothing on the turn 2, no. There's no reason, once again, because you just want to keep pressuring him.
It's not that much pressure though, so...
Yeah, it's not, but it's just a body that exists there. So even though, like I said, it's not much pressure, you have Bone Chimera as your next drop. So consider that if he would play a 2 and 2 body, then both Bone Chimera and Skull Beast have 1 attack. So we'd have to combine their powers to attack into something. The heck kind of treant? What is this? Free forward. That's interesting. Well, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, this has happened to me before because of neutral.
Well, fortunately
Freaking
for you,
neutral
it's not a
force.
problem. This card, it's just okay. It's 3 mana, 3/4, but it's not as powerful as a 4/5 Ancient Elf with bouncing back 2 elves, which sometimes happened.
Let us battle
Let's see.
together.
I don't...
You're mean.
I feel like... what I could do is trade the Skull Beast into the Kindly Treant and then Phantom Howl for 2 ghosts into the Kindly Angelic. Oh, never mind. I will be wrong. Never mind. That's not good.
Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so what you should do is actually using a soul conversion on your Chimera right now. So we
Before
can,
attacking.
yeah, before attacking, because you just want to preserve as many bodies as possible. Like that's the same if you attack or when you do
I
it.
can't do anything now. This break.
And what did you draw?
Okay. So I evolve Skeleton to do I trade into the 2/2 and just pass, or do I trade Skull and Skeleton into Treant?
Okay, so you just evolve Skeleton, and with Skull Beast you kill a Treant. Even though it's bad, like it's really bad for your board, it's something that you have to do. Otherwise, you will be just destroyed by damage. You got really good things for turn 5, because you got Cerberus, you got Goblin Princess, so both of them are good. You got Earth for like nothing. You got Ectar and Tain and Phantom Holes. All of these things accomplishes nothing at all. So your main goal here was to either draw something that cost 3 or less, so you could play it, but you didn't. So it was kinda unlucky. And the other goal was removing as much pressure of the board as possible. So yeah, you just removed 4 damage.
This isn't good.
Right now you don't care how many units you have on board. You will be able to refill the board anyway. You only care about how many units you can remove out of the board. Like, that's the real question.
Foul Tempest will be amazing here. Sadly, it's too slow.
Yeah, but you don't have full Tempest in your deck.
I don't.
Other weapons more!
Actually, it's 5, so I'm thinking Goblin Princess, evolve a Goblin, trade into the Knight. Gonna take a lot of damage though. I could. Phantom Howling wouldn't be good, would it?
Well, it's what you have to do. You really have to
I
do
have to.
Phantom Howl. Because otherwise you will be taking too much damage. So if you do the Phantom Howl, trade 2/1/1s into his Knight, then you can evolve one of the Shadows and kill the 3/3 Goblin, and then you can shoot 1 damage into his Goblin Princess. So this way you will remove the most amount of damage possible. Of course, once again, that's not a perfect scenario. Like, that's far from perfect. But this just protects your face from as much damage as possible. Because let's
my
assume
God,
you would
neutral.
just play a Goblin Princess, trade it into his Knight. You will still leave him with 6 damage on the board and evolution point. So you would be on 8 right now, and after evolution it would be like you will be on 6. Roach, Bounce Roach, you would be dead. So
It's gonna hurt, dude. It's a 9/10 beast, Beauty and Beast, and I can't really do anything.
It won't be
Actually,
long now.
Erd. No, Erd wouldn't even work. It can't be destroyed.
no, it can be.
I'm pretty sure I just lost this. I mean, I could survive this turn, but there's no way I can.
It have a shield, right? So well, doesn't look like you can win.
I could like Goblin Princess just to get bodies, and then he's probably not gonna trade anymore. Then I could Ector and maybe clear it next turn.
Yeah, you can try it, but it's not gonna be so easy.
Yeah,
Like, the Beauty and the Beast is super powerful creature in terms that it can be destroyed by the effects. Like, if it could be targeted by effects, then the Soul Squasher could get rid of it
yeah.
if you had the proper
But it-
setup and shadows, but right now you cannot do
He has
much.
resistance, so even random destruction work.
Yeah, nothing works.
Really strong.
Weapons more! I like
It's not Aegis level, but it's one of the best 6 drops in the game in terms of the sheer power.
Yeah, it's an Aegis that can be damaged. Oh, yeah, pretty sure. That's the. I actually don't have anything to clear it out. Yeah. Pretty sure nothing here does. Yeah, I can't. God dang it! Neutral forest.
Yeah, it's over.
It happened before too. He like had like just powerful
Amazing.
on curve drops, and then they just outvalue you.
Well, in this situation you can just concede, nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you will lose versus a random deck. That's fine. That's not a problem.
If I fail this trial thing, how long back do I go?
If you fail it, you simply go into another trial. It's not losing or giving you any points. You are still at the 43,000, as you can see. So if you fail this one, it will put you into another series right off the bat. So
Okay. So
this,
I just need to win.
yeah, you just
2
need
of
to win 2 or 3.
Ah. That's
Well,
not as bad. I thought it was like
It's not bad, of
put me
course.
back a certain amount.
Yeah, it should be. Sometimes the game developers have just this really weird ideas about their ladders and how it works, and it's one of them. Like, when you go into the trials, right now, you cannot lose points, you cannot win points, so you can just play and play and play until you win 2 out of 3. That's something that's nice for a player, but obviously that's just strange.
Yeah. Ooh. Do I even? Yeah, he wouldn't blacken scripture as Skull Beast. That's just good for me, actually, if he does.
Yeah, if you would blacken scripture the Skull Beast, then, like, why not? Go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Like, with so many more good targets that he can blacken scripture with.
Yeah, he wouldn't blacken scripture. He probably has it, though, since he's considering it, I think. But there's so many better targets that he shouldn't. Oh, but waiting for response to the DC.
Well,
Did I get free win?
that would also be good.
Oh no, he didn't. Pass though. And Lyrio, I guess. I'm pretty sure he has Black and Scripture though.
Well, if he does, then he should use it. Like, well, there is no saying.
No,
If he does
maybe
use
not.
it, then
Maybe.
let it be.
He played Goblin Mage. I think
Stop!
I just zombie party the mage and go face. I don't need to put down Soul Squasher.
Yeah, just a zombie party.
Gimme!
Because at the moment, you already have a lot of things, and you are going second, so you need this pressure. You cannot allow yourself to just trade and such. You just have to remove stuff as much as possible and go face. He's more of the... At least it looks like he's more of the neutral side, maybe, or a storm. Because the Goblin Mage, well, what he can fetch with it? Either the
I think
Laxing Trino?
Ilana. I think actually it's Ilana because he played Monastic, the healing card. I don't think normal.
Well,
Actually-
it might be just... I don't know, a weird build? Some random cards, no idea.
Would it be actually not that bad to evolve the Skull Beast to give him 4 health? So he can't be banished by like control and such.
Yep, it's fine.
And it also gives a bit pressure.
That's true, but do not play the Soul Squasher, obviously. Just evolve the Skull Beast and go face. Because if you evolve if you play the Soul Squasher, then Priest of the Cudgel gains immense value. While if you only evolve the Skull Beast and let the board be, you're still gonna get enough of the damage because of the Cerberus, because of the Goblin Princess, and then the Odile on the turn 6 is gonna be fine. Odile or Ether Desert.
Probably neutral actually. He played Fina.
Beautiful, powerful, and
Fortune
beautiful.
Hunter.
You were done for.
Or it might be
yeah.
some sort of, I don't know, weird combo deck that just want to utilize the Goblin Mages to find something. I don't know.
I think I actually want to Goblin Princess and a Princess to kill the Fortune Hunter. Just to secure the value of her.
Yes, you
And-
want. You want the Goblin Princess and
Yeah,
throw it.
and Serb would be that good, I think. It's better to get 2 goblins just to have some.
But you evolve one Goblin, like the smaller one, and throw it into the Goblin Mage. You leave the Fortune Hunter Fin on the board.
Are you sure? But then you can just banish the princess.
Well,
That'd be huge.
it's fine. Like, even if he does banish the princess, then worst case scenario, you are losing only the 4 mana 5/5. And over this 4 mana 5/5, you still want to play another creature. Because if he attacks with the Fortune Hunter Fina onto anything on your board, then she will die to Odile. And by doing so, you are still having 3 creatures on the board. So you just want to have as much power on the board as possible. While if you trade into the Fina, you only have 2 creatures. That's not good.
Okay. So I evolved the goblin and trade in the mage.
Yeah. You just force him into either Themis Decree or doing a trade with his evolution point. And because you are happy with your evolution points, like you will still have 1 left and you got Odile, it will be like 3 creatures versus 1. So we already know that he got two creatures that cost 2 mana or less. So let's just assume he would play one of these creatures, or even both of them, and trade on the entire board. Creatures that cost 2 mana or less are usually something like with 2 HP in their back, or even less. So Odile can just clear the entire board by then. Like, we'll see how
Yeah,
the turn goes.
Actually, that's good. He played Cudgel and banished the princess, obviously. But now he's at 2 health, and I could trade a goblin into Fina to get him at 2 health
The
as
real
well.
battle begins.
Then I can Odile to just clear the board.
Okay, that's perfect.
So... I think I just do that, right?
Yeah, that's what you should do.
Yeah. So this is a nice setup. Because I would have just evolved the princess trade into Athena just to secure the value of getting the Goblin King. But I can see how this is better.
Yeah, I mean, sure, getting the Goblin King will be perfect, and best case scenario, he wouldn't just have Cudgel or such. But the thing with this is, with your deck and the amount of cards, like the cards you have in hand, you have Cerberus, you have Death's Breath. The Goblin King, playing 4 mana 5/5, you don't always find the space to play him. You don't always have excess mana or stuff to do it. So when you have better plays, you can consider that if he have Banish, then let him have it. Okay, then you lost the king. But if he doesn't have Banish, then the situation is actually the same. So nothing changes and nothing is lost.
He just played Themis against my 1 deal. That's nice, but do I serve or do I... That's bad. Actually, I can serve and Soul Squasher, or Lyriel actually. Actually, no, I think I'll Soul Squasher.
You should do the Lyrial and Cerberus.
Okay, Lyriel.
Yeah, Lyrial. Because
I was thinking Lyriel could be used to trade with Evolve.
yeah,
Since I won't get any value from Soul Squasher.
You don't know it yet, because he might be the one who plays the white swan. Like, you play the black swan, he might play the white one. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's something like playing around the niche things, but if you are gonna use the evolution point in this game, you are not gonna use it on L'Oreal. Like, it's not gonna be any particular creature that you're gonna use the evolution point with, because this evolution point is gonna be to either trade, so any creature would do, or to just finish him off. It's life. So, of course, this is like a super precaution, because there is no saying that he's playing this creature and no saying that it's in his deck or whatever. But when you have options, then it's just fine. Because this 1 point of damage is not always gonna cut it, so...
Yeah, he just Themised again.
Yeah,
so do I just fill the board with Death's Breath again? Just to threaten? Pretend like I have Dexter?
Yeah, right now you can just Death's Breath, and you can also play this Soul Squasher, because you need to play multiple units on the board, and this is the only turn where you can do it, because it's not turn 10, so he cannot play Grimir yet, and you just threat lethal by doing this.
Let's hope he doesn't have his 3rd Themis in hand.
Well, if you have 3 Themises in
White Tiger.
first 16 cards of his deck, then it would be really, really interesting. But I doubt it's gonna happen.
I played a White Tiger. I can get around that though. Let's see, I could... Oh wait, I can't be targeted by spells. Oops.
Yeah, it can't.
I wouldn't have lethal anyway. I think I trade the Squasher into the Tiger, and then... Do I Zombie Party the Mage just to fill the board again?
No, you definitely do not use Zombie Party, because if you do the Zombie Party, then you are just adding to your board when you already have 3 creatures. That's not what you want to do. So, at the moment, you just want to do the Soul Squasher into the Tiger and hit him in the face for 6.
With everything?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I not buff or use any spells?
No, you just don't do anything else. Because unless he finds a master removal, he cannot deal with the board you currently have, which is good enough for you. And
I don't even play Soul Squasher.
No, you shouldn't. Because right now you have 3 units on the board. So if you have a master removal, this Soul Squasher will die alongside with it. And right now, we have like no idea what cards was he fetching for, because he was using his goblin mages for a reason, and like we have no idea what might come after all. So if he doesn't find a mass removal, then you get lethal anyway. So it doesn't change the fact.
Yeah. He played Grimnir now, so I could zombie party it, and I think that's it. Actually, I could Soul Scorcher as well. Or would that be committing too much? I drew Actor, so as long as I have something on the...
Zombie Party and Soul Squasher right now is fine because you got a Nectar. If you didn't have a Nectar, then it would be a different story. But because you had a Nectar, then you can just play all of them. And because he just played his another mass removal, so unless he gets another Grimnew, you're gonna be fine.
I mean, Haven likes the removals.
Yeah,
We actually had another Grimnir.
Well, that's kinda unlucky. But, well, just be happy that it's not the previous Grimnir, because then it would be like -8 life already.
Okay. I got Death's Breath.
My tempest shall judge
Actually, do I Death's Breath evolve a zombie just to get rid of the Grimnir?
Right now, you should use your Ectar.
Now?
Yeah. And the reason is, you will summon 4 zombies, like that's the maximum, and you just trade with his board. You are still left with 3 powerful creatures. I mean, maybe not powerful, but you are still left with 4 creatures, and with 3 creatures on the board. And after he kills them, you are only like one shadow from casting the Death's Breath with value. So, also, if any of the zombies remain from the Ectar, they can be buffed by a Death's Breath. But because he's scheming something, you just have to put a clock on him.
Christ.
So by playing Ectar, you simply secure that you once again are able to kill him on the next turn.
He played his 3rd damage now. All these AoE removals. If I get Phantom Howl, I just win.
Yeah, if you get Phantom Howl.
Yeah.
You were moved.
That's a Cerberus.
Where?
That's fine though.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll just play Cerb here. I don't even have a Necromancy for Death's Breath. I could meme his face and just Death's Breath. Would that be better?
Yeah,
Or do I just...
yeah, it's fine. Just use, like I said, use Mimi and play Death's Breath. And then after you play Death's Breath, you should actually use a Soul Conversion on one of the zombies.
Yeah.
So
I
you are
gotta
still
be-
with the zombies, and
Do I play Lyrio?
if you draw her and are able to put her, yeah.
It's the pits for you!
Right now, all you have to do is having one creature survive. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Because you got Evolution, you got Cerberus, you got one Cerberus spell already, so it's +6. With Evolution, it's +8. So any creature that survives on board, like only one of them, is gonna win the game.
Almost works us to the
Monk
bone.
of Purification. That's...
Yeah, Monk is gonna kill
Alright.
him.
Oh, I even got some Phantom Howl now. That's a bit late though.
Yeah, but the Monk probably didn't put him over then, so should have lethal.
Okay, cool.
All part of the job. Time to go a little wild.
Alright,
Tear the shreds! Arr!
so now I'm in AA.
Well, good job.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Envy you.
Can I drop from AA to A again? If I were to lose the
I
fight?
did it! I won!
I believe so. I believe you can, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, but I think if I go back up to AA, I don't need to do the trials again.
Actually, like, I'm not sure. I don't remember how else I didn't remember falling or such. You just have to search. it on the internet, the info.
Okay.
But well, it aligned perfectly because it's like over 2 hours now, so
Yeah.
my time is coming short. So well, at least it was a good one. So I suppose we lost like 2 games over the span of 12, something like this. So
Yeah.
it was good one. So if you have any other questions for the ending, then feel free.
Not really. Is there any kind of like set mindset? I know you need to know, or it depends on the meta, what to mulligan and such, but is there any like set thing you think of like always? Or is it always different?
Okay, so like the mentality thing, you don't need to particularly think outside like in one game. You just have to have a set mindset on just doing what it takes to always win. So as long as you are just playing to get better, it's fine. But if you one day like strive to, okay, I'm gonna be the very best, etc., you should consider reading the book, playing to win. I will send you the link in a second. It's a really good read. It's obviously a super old book. I don't know, it's like over 15 years already, because it was created with fighting games were popular. But this game, it's like a really small compiled info. Okay, I sent it on the Discord chat channel. I will also make it on Twitch. Anyway, it's one of the books. You can either buy it or print in PDF, like it's free to read online, so it doesn't matter. It's a really good thing that you can read to make your mindset clear. So you will just find many examples that are free in any game. So let's assume you play some MOBA games or FPS games. Any of these games, if you want to play competitive, you will find similarities with your attitude, with how you approach things, with how you learn them and such. So I don't know, it's not really long, but it's explaining a lot of examples, and it's just showing how you should act as a player and what you should do and what not. Because some players have these mental blocks when they are like, okay, I want to win, I want to be honest, the perfect example is the guy from the Shadowverse Discord, like not so long ago. He was like, okay, I want to get to Masters, but he was like, okay, but I will do it with Forest. And nothing would get to him. Like, explain to him that Forest is not a good deck at the moment, and the Forest is obviously not the best deck to get to Masters or in even a higher rank, because Forest right now, you cannot say it's tier 1, no one can say it's tier 1, and it's just not good. The deck is not fast enough, the deck is not consistent enough, and by saying that he wants to win by playing Forest, it's just not working out. It's just not gonna be it. So when you have these blocks that are stopping you from playing suboptimally or choosing the perfect decks or the good decks, or just any other things, well, it's not gonna be it.
Okay.
It goes for the same things with the, let's say, the MOBA games. For example, I don't know if you play it or if you know, you probably heard of them, of course, like the Dota or League of Legends. When you go and play, if you want to increase your chance to win, of course, you can like the worst champions or because they look cute, they have fun abilities and such, but if you want to maximize your chances to win, you should obviously take the strongest one, like the one that can allow you to win, like give you more chance to win. That's the correct approach. So that's it about this book in short. Like when you read it, you will see.
I'm not that it's not that important for me to play like the fully optimal kind of games, as long as I play as well as I can. Like, I don't need the best deck, but as long as I don't make any like major mistakes or do whatever gives me the best odds, that's kind of enough for me.
Yeah, of course. It's like every person's attitude is different, but well, if you are like that serious about being the best and such and just achieving the Grandmaster, probably Grandmaster, because Master is not that hard, you just need a lot of grind, but Grandmaster is even more grindier and there is a lot less room to make mistakes. So Also, it's just a really fine book for any game, so I still recommend it. You can probably learn some things from that.
So, Grandmaster, when is that? I don't see it on the ranks.
Okay, so
Is it just when you get more than...
when you get to the Masters, then you have two options to reach the Grandmaster. So one of the options is to reach 10,000 in the Master ladder. So when you go over 10,000 score, then you are on the trials to the Grandmaster. And and it have to be within one season, so you have to do it within 1 month. You cannot do it in the longer time. So it's not like you're allowed to do a 5,000 right now and the 5,000 next month. No, you have to do the 10,000 points in the 1 month. So it's a lot of grind. So then there are trials to Grandmaster. The other way is to amass during the span of the 3 months, because the Grandmaster seasons are like 3 seasons. So July, August, and September is the first Grandmaster like season of the 3 months. So if you amass 25,000 at the end of the seasons for like added up for 3 of them, then you will be present with the trials to Grandmasters. But well, obviously, getting 10,000 in 1 month is way easier than probably doing 25 over 3 months, because it requires, well, a lot of grind after all. And after September ends, the Grandmaster rank will be reset, so the people will have to regain it from the scratch, like once again. So that's how Grandmaster goes.
Okay, but you need to get like 5,000. Like basically as much as... Oh no, never mind. For some reason I thought it was 5,000 to master. That's not nearly as much.
No,
Okay,
no.
okay.
Yeah, you see, from A0, where are you now? You need 70,000 to Masters. So for Grandmaster, you would need 27,000. And that's almost as much as you are right now.
Okay, so basically as much as it goes 1 tier up. Or 1 rank up.
Yeah, there is a lot of grind right now, because the previous tires wasn't that hard. Like there was something like 3.5, something like this amount of 1,000 difference. Right now, for the next one, for AA1, you need 4,000. Then for AA2, you need again 4,000. Then 4,000 for the AA3, and 4.5 to Masters.
Okay. Well, I suppose it's more about spending time to grind it than, you know, to win everything and such.
Yeah, of course, you will need a lot of time right now and a lot of games. But
Yeah.
Master is not hard to reach, because as long as you just play a lot, let's say, but you can play a lot during the span of many months and you play correctly, you will eventually get there. So Master is not that hard. Grandmaster, obviously 10,000 in 1 month, that requires a lot of time, but that's the other story.
Yeah. I think I'll aim for Masters right now at least. I don't have the time to spend that much.
Okay, that's fine. So good luck in achieving your goal. So I don't know, if you will find any other questions, then you can just send me a message on Discord. It will be fine. And I believe this, like the Torch says on this coaching project, it's ending tonight. So if you just want to go and sign up for another edition, feel free to do so. If you are satisfied as you are now, then you don't have to. Like there's a lot of coaches and trains still, so it's fine.
Yeah. All right, I'll think about it. Thank you for your education.
Okay, I hope you learned something. So
I certainly
if that's
did.
the case, then it's great. Okay, so if you have no other questions, then well, have a good night.
Okay, thank you. You too.
Yes, yeah, good luck.
Yeah, bye.
Okay, so that would be it. So if anyone from either the Facebook chat or Twitch chat have any questions, that, well, it's the same best well, the best way to send them is simply to contact me on Facebook, so you can do it via fan page. I will post the link right now. Obviously you have it on Twitch, but whatever. So that's the easiest way to reach me out. And of course, if you want to join the Bagom coaching project, you can just go to the Bagom Discord and register by there. Okay, so I have to close this one. So for you people in the chat also, have a good day, night, whatever, and see ya.